Hey everyone, what's up? All right, I should be on, right? Yeah, I am. I think so. What's up? So, I thought it was only fitting to dress the part for tonight. That's all. You know, if I'm gonna play in the land of the LARPers, I should look like one, I suppose. I don't know. Okay, that's cool. I got it. Okay, so I have yet to read this wonderful piece of, I don't know, Fantasyland. I'm not even sure who penned it exactly. Was it WOACB or was it Charlotte or was it Jason? Or, I mean, which one was it, do you think? I don't know. But I'd like to cover it. The thing is, though, is, and I see some requests here, and you're not the first person to ask me this either. Several people have discussed coming on here to talk about this, but the thing is I'm not going to cover this the same way. I'm not going to cover this as a rebuttal. I'm going to mock the fuck out of it. That's all I'm going to do. I am going to offer some receipts, though, because I do have these videos made that I should just go ahead and share tonight, just bring some receipts. But first, I really want to cover this PDF thing here that someone spent an awful long time, I'm guessing, to type this all out. I mean, that's hilarious. I love being on someone's mind that much. I don't know. Makes me feel special. I do want to also cover some of the stream, though, because I listened to a few parts of it, and oh my God, it was hilarious. It's good. It's good. When I talk about it. So anyways, let me share the screen for now, and let's get on over to that PDF. And I've not read a word of this yet. In fact, I was just sent to like maybe 15 minutes ago. I just pulled it up before I started. So this ought to be fun. Thank you, Crystal Magic. I like it too. I have to credit, though, the LARPer community for the inspiration of my wardrobe tonight. Okay, so Erin and Tina's endless love of stalking. Friendship is magic. Magic friendship. Is this like a story of like a tale of like two unicorns written by two trolls or three trolls or one troll? I'm not sure how many trolls wrote this, but this document is only meant to go over Erin and Tina's interactions on YouTube. On YouTube? Why did you care so much about what we do on YouTube? That's weird. How those relate to Steve and how they relate to the timeline with Nat. Oh, this really has all to do with Steve, doesn't it? I mean, this is just something else that's Steve's fault. Come on. In addition, I felt the need to point out some of Erin's original big brain ideas involving KJ and how absolutely creepy and stalkerish they are. Well, one thing that I never did as a stalker, I never wrote a fucking PDF about her or her friendships. Key dates and info I still need. But you don't even have all the information yet? Okay. I'm going to see if I can figure out a few key dates when Tina's group went down. Oh, I can tell you that. I think it was January. No, I'm sorry. It was December 27th we did that stream. I'm pretty sure it was like January 19th. January 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd is one of those dates. So there, I hope that helps. I'm going to see if I can figure out a few key dates when the Nat question got raised and when Nat confessed. Well, the Nat question was raised often, several times. I mean, it depends on who it is you're inquiring about asking the question to determine when it was raised. I mean, a lot of people raised the question. Just not everyone did it on a fucking live stream, and not everyone did it 3 times on a live stream after being told by investigators not to do it. Since the probability is high that Tina disappeared because of a C&D. Oh my God, really? It wasn't even a C and D. It was a letter and fucking. She didn't even get one. Did she? I don't think she did. No, she didn't. That's right. I believe Katie said, but you won't check your DMs or some shit like that. So she didn't even get one. Threat of an RO or something. You don't even know what it is you're talking about. Or something. I also need to find the timeline of the first days of the Natastrophe, I don't know, whatever, as well as any screenshots of Nat and Tina's group. Good luck. She was never in there. Good luck. Believe me, we looked. We thought maybe she was, and we just didn't know it. We searched every name variation we thought of. Good luck. If she can be confirmed to be there long before January, that may change things. Oh, and who was behind the Uncovering Hypocrisy account? Do you really not know that? You don't know that, but people are supposed to trust your conclusions on anything else. Okay, you're an investigator. They are all up in Steve's shit and then Nat shit. One interesting tidbit, I've seen them mention having a 14-year-old. You fucking pervert. Why are you into their 14-year-old? It's just fucking weird. Oh my God. No wonder why you're obsessed with Nat. Notes on Nat and the McCrazies. Below is a YouTube video that goes through Nat's Instagram account, shows threats with identical wording and grammatical errors, and Nat's tablet. I think Nat has a burner cell data account she uses with the... No shit. It's like you haven't even been paying attention. I mean, did you not? Like, I want to say that Shen and Irish even mentioned that in their stream. I'm not positive, but I think they did. Tablet she pretends not to have, or a nearby public Wi-Fi. Actually, I believe it was discussed that it wasn't a tablet. It was like 3 phones that she owned. The initial attack, and it wouldn't be a public Wi-Fi, it'd probably be data. Just saying. The initial attack was too similar to what happened with her therapist. Have we even proven what happened with her therapist? I would love to know. I would love to see any confirmation about that. I'm not sure we did, though. So once again, just maybe assuming shit without confirmation. And she recently would have been cleared of that, so likely to be extra cocky doing it again. However, we know that they reached out to Nat very early, at the very least. How do you know that? I want to know how you know that, because I don't know that. And it has to do with, like, me, right? And others, but still, I'm involved. And I don't know that. How do you know that? Can you read my future or my past? I'm not sure. Even if it was just little Miss Noble and Dottie, even though they're dumb enough to think Steve's a genius, why do you think that? Who said anything about Steve being a genius? And why would they have had to have thought Steve was a genius for any of this shit to happen? What are you talking? It sounds like maybe someone's feeling a little inadequate in the big brains department there. I doubt they're dumb enough to think Nat's legit, particularly if they helped her lock down her account. I think if there's anything we've learned since then, is that Nat didn't really need any help figuring anything out. She pretty much knew it. If any of them did help her with the social media and phone, they knew early on, at the very least, Nat was full of shit, and then protected her, helped her, and used her methods to continue the charade. The other possibilities are that Nat was in the Facebook. They looked her up in the Facebook. Do you mean Facebook group or in the Facebook? They looked her up, saw her, and her past made her an easy target to further insert themselves into the lawsuit. All right, I'm going to get serious here for something. Let me tell you something. We do have like more than 2 brain cells, okay, in each of us, let alone among us, okay? If you think for 1 second we would ever conspire to commit any kind of criminal activity by using some stranger we met on social media who lives in England and has DID and we know fuck all about, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you just really are stupid. I mean, you got to give us at least a little more credit than that. I mean, if we're these big, huge mastermind criminal people who set all this up, then you at least got to give us the credit to have properly set all this up. Not to, because I mean, if we had done that, if they were actually what happened, this shit would have been found out in the first week. Like, for real. I mean, come on. Even by you people would have even figured it out in the first week, probably. Or that it's an abominable mess when a bunch of pathological liars decided to scheme one another. The last option is, that doesn't even make sense. A bunch of pathological liars decided to scheme one. How are, never mind. The last option is almost certainly where the truth lies. Though with so many lies, I doubt it will ever be clear. Well, it sure as hell won't ever be clear to you. You're making that very clear. On to the main event, the tale of two Karen stalkers. Now, I'm going to just point something out here. When I was listening to a little bit of Uni earlier, I could have swore that he called us entitled Erin's as like a play on Karen. And I thought, motherfucker, that's brilliant. But then I listened and he did it. He said Karen. So you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and call myself entitled Erin. Okay. In the beginning, there were two, a magical meeting of the minds. Two mean girls, Erin and Tina, find one another over an even meaner girl attacking their favorite atheist. Sorry, I mean non-theist, Steve. I met Katie over vaccines. Like, this is something that's actually not Steve's fault. I'm not here because of Steve. Steve is like an afterthought of me being here. I may be meaner than her. No, she may be meaner than me. I kind of think I could be meaner than her. In fact, I think I've even talked about this before, about how in the past I was really kind of a mean girl. But I, worked very hard to keep my mean girl, buried. I think I might let a little bit of her out tonight, though. Just saying. Be forewarned. For a long time, they lived quiet lives, cataloging the greatest sins in the world behind the safe doors of their Facebook group. Though then, their non-theist king was served a restraining order by the evil KJ. It's cute that you're putting these little fairy tale connotations onto it because, well, it is a fairy tale. And I mean, obviously you realize that by the way in which you're telling the story. But it does give it a little bit of, pleasantry reading it. I imagine it might even be the same way listening to it. He tried to fight, and he managed to leave with his life, though was gravely wounded for 12 months' time. He wasn't wounded. No. He was cast with an evil spell that took away certain parts of his speech for a year. And then magically a year later, it was restored to its full glory, as you can tell. Erin and Tina realized they needed to use the power of friendship to slay the Katie dragon and save their king, the nicest of dicks in the bundle. He is hardly the nicest of dicks. I'm sorry, but if we're looking at a bundle of dicks, you think we're going to call Steve the nicest one out of it? Come on. I mean, it's like you think we never seen a dick before. With her BFF by her side, Erin started to post to YouTube little clips of the KJ that made no sense unless you had been obsessed with this shit. There's a lot of people obsessed with this shit. In fact, some of your own subscribers are obsessed with this shit. This only made sense to people obsessed with this shit because we all share the same subscribers. So you were basically calling your subscribers people obsessed with this shit, which I don't think is true. Maybe for some it's true. Maybe for me. I don't care. I'll own it. I'm obsessed with people who are dicks, which is why I may soon become obsessed with you. Who knows? Although I won't become nearly as obsessed as you are with me because I don't ever see myself writing a PDF. Like, seriously, it's like these chicks are obsessed with teen moms or something. It's so confusingly middle school. When did teen moms come into this? I don't care about teen moms. In fact, that's been the one part of the whole YouTube ordeal that's kind of dreaded, is having to learn about the teen moms. No offense to teen moms, it just wasn't my thing. I was more about flavor of love. Aren't y'all in your 40s? Yeah. Aren't some of you in your 50s? Not that there's anything wrong with it. Believe me, I'll be there in a few years myself. I'm just pointing out what you pointed out. I'm getting flashbacks to when I had world-shattering fights with my friends in 6th grade, and at night I'd read Sweet Valley High. Oh, Uni, you did read Sweet Valley High, didn't you? Did you read Dear Goddess Be Margaret too? Judy Blume? I was more of an S.E. Hinton kind of girl, I think, in a junior high. And imagine how grown we'd be once we made it to prom. Like you went. Like I must be ageist. These women have to be from Mork's planet. Wow, see? Who the fuck's old now? And there was Orc. The name of Mork's planet was Orc. They're aging in reverse or some shit. Must be why they always baby the silver flaps. Yeah. Wait, let me check chat here because I feel like I'm being rude. Oh, I should probably slow this down a little bit. Oh, actually, it's not moving fast. I hear you, Kara. I want to fix the errors too. Grammatical and wait, what? Okay. August 16th, 2020. KJ dared to not appreciate Erin protecting her safety. Wait, what? It wasn't in August. What the fuck are you talking about? The calls came in like June, wasn't it? Wasn't in August. Oh, that might have been when Katie, discovered or learned or shared that the email had happened. But I sent the email like right when those things happened. So this wasn't in August. But anyway, Erin finally had to speak. How dare that harpy KJ ever dare mention her name for emailing the bar? Now it's a bar, really? Of the guy that produces the records for KJ's death metal husband. Well, at least you finally got that right. Yes, finally. No one is saying that I emailed or called his work. That is, oh my God. So I should never hear that claim again, right? I mean, since y'all got it right this time, the right should kind of stick in your head, right? You're not going to suddenly revert back to wrong. Well, who am I kidding? Yeah, you will. The guy that produces the records for KJ's death metal husband. I wouldn't quite call it death metal. Maybe black metal, but not death metal. Who got a bunch of death threats allegedly threatening to kill KJ. So Erin was worried and was able to Google what bar to email and make sure everyone knew the name of that bar. Really? I did? That got the threats, even though the guy was mad Erin called. I mean, Erin needed to make sure KJ's life wasn't in danger. Okay. I never revealed the name of the brewery, actually. It's not a bar, it's a brewery. Maybe there's a bar in the brewery, but it's a brewery. I never revealed the name. So I don't know what you're talking about. And in fact, why was I able to Google that? Could it be because Katie in her video said the name Austin, said that the person owned the brewery and her husband's record label? I mean, all you had to do is just Google fucking Bindroom Records in Austin and boom, there you go. And yeah, in all seriousness, I did learn a valuable lesson through that because, as much as I thought Katie was a bitch, like when I heard her say that no one was reporting this, like I could like it. She looked kind of upset by it when she said that in the video. She looked like she was kind of upset when she said that, and I felt for her. Like I thought, wow, oh my God, I would feel like so unimportant to my husband, to everyone if receiving those phone calls, and it's not like I received them. Some other business who's very loosely related to me received these phone calls. I mean, that shows some sort of weird determination to know a lot of shit about my life. And so that would make me feel like they might be a little serious, you know, and that these calls, what she said that there were like 40 of them. And then when she played the messages, like, yeah, for a brief second, I forgot about how much of a bitch she was. And I felt for her. I did. Like an idiot, I fucking felt for her. And I let my guard down. I let my weakness show. I let it show that I was concerned. And I thought that this should at least be reported. Yep. And she used it against me. And now so are these idiots. That's nice. Who can complain at this perfect email? Oh my God, you actually shared the email? Oh, that's amazing. I mean, Erin was only making sure that Katie was aware who emailed them, or no, who added KJ on Twitter, talking about pseudoscience and a GoFundMe to pay for it. What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Since Katie doesn't like pseudoscience, who the fuck does? So shouldn't leave that unchecked. So Erin wanted to be sure that Katie saw the tweet, even though Katie blocked her. And instead of thanking Erin, Katie dared call her obsessed for emailing the bar of the. What the fuck are you talking about? The pseudoscience, that's how what started that. Whatever. Okay. Todd's death metal, who allegedly got threats for KJ. What do you mean allegedly? I thought that they did. According to Katie, they did. So why is it now allegedly? But are you saying Katie lied? Are you alleging that Katie lied? Jesus, instead of thanking Erin, Katie dared to not appreciate Erin looking after her safety. I didn't need thank you. I didn't want thank you. Maybe just not be a dick about it. Heck, Erin even contacted the police to let them know Katie was in danger. No, that's not what I did. No. I sent them one email and said, hey, if someone lived in one county and received threatening calls in another county, which county should that be reported to? The county in which they live in or the county in which the calls came into? That's it. That's all I asked. I didn't even say who it entailed or anything. I just asked so that if and when I was contacted or responded to by the brewery, I'd have a little bit of advice to give to help ensure that these got reported for on Katie's behalf. I know. Fuck me, right? Want to point out that Big Brain Steve taught me to critically think about how punctuation is a waste of energy and space. How does he come up with these ideas? Once again, showing that this is all about Steve. Link to Erin's very justified rant about her very justified, not at all creepy attempts to Karen Katie's safety. To Karen Katie's safety. Wow. To care, so that's a Karen thing? To care about someone's safety, even if it's someone who's a bitch? And let me just point something out. If I did this for any other reason, if I did this for attention, for notoriety, to fuck with Katie or anything like that, then the second I sent that email, I would have made it known I sent that email. I told no one. I shared it nowhere. It wasn't until Katie told Twitter that I then confirmed that I did it and then shared the email. I told no one because it wasn't about that. It was about exactly what I said it was about and nothing more. I'm sorry that Katie now has to mock that or try to turn this into making her some sort of victim or something of mine. You know, I mean, that's just petty. Every sweet Southern belle loves a good R apology. Erin then realizes Katie must have some kind of issue with the police. Well, yeah, when you lie about them, I kind of think there's an issue. I mean, I think that Katie might have an issue with me since she's lying about me. And I definitely can tell Uni's got an issue with me since, he just lies. So when Katie opens up about her R, Erin decides she's going to file to get the police report. All right. No, that's not what happened. Katie did 3 streams. Katie did in just a matter of a few days, she did like 40 tweets. She did like almost 40 Instagram posts, and she did several Facebook posts. Okay. Throughout this, she outed the officer. She outed the police department. And then she said all of those claims about how the officer berated her for 2 hours and was abusive to her and called her a liar and said that there's no way that this happened because the dude came from a good family. I mean, she gave a lot of detail. In fact, there's a video of it up on my channel. I thought to myself, you know, either this department has this kind of officer there and they should know about it, or this department doesn't have this kind of officer there and they should know about this. So I just informed the department, that's all. I heard back. I then learned some things, and I learned that there was a way in which to prove if this was true or not and to clear this officer's name, which even then I still wasn't confirmed on doing it. It wasn't until I was looking at some posts on her page regarding this, and there were some local people there talking about this, local to her. So that meant that this was spreading in her community where this officer served, the people who would be directly affected by lies. That's when I decided, yeah, okay, I have to put aside my own conscience here because I didn't want to do this. I hemmed and hawed over it. In fact, I didn't want all of it. I didn't want all the information. I just wanted this one specific thing, and that was it. But when I tried filing for the report to get, or not filing the FOIA request to get that one specific thing, I couldn't because I was being too specific. It's weird. These data privacy laws, you have to say what you want without saying what you want. It's weird. So the third time I was just to file whatever, everything. And that's when my request was granted. So I didn't want it. And it was not at all my first thought. I'm not proud of having done this. I'm not happy about having done this, but I had a choice. I could live with it on my conscience that this officer's reputation was being tarnished and this community could very well be hurt, as well as producing more victims in the long run. Or I can live with having done this on my conscience and not having those other things happen. Me personally, I weighed the two options and I went with the right choice for me. I understand if nobody else or a lot of other people would not agree. That's your choice. I get it. But that's why I did it. That's the only reason why I did it. So when Katie opens up, Erin decides she's going to file the... I mean, Erin's not saying something didn't happen that night. Just that the police are the real victims here. I didn't say they were. The one cop was, I think, a victim of Katie's lies. Yeah. And the poor R, I didn't say anything about them. I mean, he managed to escape any charges and a lifetime on the sex offense. That's assuming that he would have been found guilty. Just because if prosecution had happened, that does not guarantee guilt. So anyway, and the poor R, I mean, he's okay. Only to be foiled by KJ's Me Too movement. Okay. This is just like what happened to her sire. Oh, the nicest dick in the bundle. That's weird though. Here you are talking about R, and then you go immediately into the nicest dick in the bundle and labeling that person as my sire. That's just weird. The flaps of silver himself, the smartest atheist, non-theist. What is your issue with the whole non-theist thing? Like, you're really hung up on that, man. That's fucking funny. So Erin's good friends down south decided to offer her some of that good Southern hospitality, whiskey and Cheetos for all while they talked in depth about KJ being SA'd. I can't joke at this point. This made me sick on so many levels when I heard the bits I could stomach. Okay. I'll be sure to link that stream in the description for anyone who wants to go listen to it. Just compare it with their take. November 30th, 2020. Katie dares to question Erin Karening about in her private life. Not like Erin dug up someone's R report and picked it apart or anything. The Katie dared to utter Erin's name again. Erin had to defend herself and her dear sister. My dear sister. And Erin begins to stumble on her secret strength. She's so entitled she can speak Karen. Yeah. It takes entitled to recognize entitlement. Yeah, I'm not, yeah, duh. So the Karen translates to Karen. No, the Erin translates to Karen. Come on. I mean, the entitlement translator was born. Thank you for recognizing that. Erin sure was sure to defend her silver flapping hero and speak of his magic TRO disappearing powers. Actually, those powers, I think, belong to Katie because she's the one who requested to have an agreement, come to a settlement to drop the TRO and to push this basic temporary NDA. So that power all lies in the hands of Katie. Back in Tina's channel, after a few stunning short videos, the two brave BFFs spent an adorable hour trying to figure out how live streaming works. Yeah, I can't argue with that. That's 100% true. Like, there were several videos like that. It was like a month and a half of videos like that. But we did it. We did it, man. We did it. Then the Tina and Erin show was born. It was a good show. It needs to come back. Didn't matter if it was Erin's channel or Tina's channel. It was the Erin and Tina show. I would argue that it's the Tina and Erin show, but, you know, semantics. The People Suck, I'll Cut You show. I love it. Oh my God, Tina, are you hearing? Dude, we need t-shirts. The People Suck, I'll Cut You show. I love it. We need t-shirts. January 15th, Katie makes Tina cry. What? So end of December, early January, Katie called Tina out big time on stream, said Tina was dodging her lawyer. Dude, we laughed at that. Around the same time, Katie makes the infamous "please defend me against the trolls" comment to her subs. Tina then, on 1:15, makes her Joe Framed Me stream. Okay. Little Miss Noble, Dottie, Steve, Manya, all super active in the stream. The part 1 Dottie even got on stream to try and help Tina fix it, though instead Tina restarted. Tina cries about being falsely accused of doxing Katie. I actually believe Tina on that point. The Joe vid is sus as fuck, and Joe is known for this kind of thing. Tina and Erin, though, will have a full-blown nervous breakdown whenever Katie mentions them and be totally outraged, particularly if Katie misspeaks a single detail. Let me clear this up. Please mention my name. Even if it's wrong, even if it's maybe a little disparaging. Please, because it's not a bad, I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to cause people to talk shit about me. That's just dumb. But if they do, then they do. I mean, look at what it's done for Katie. Why would I complain about that? In fact, if anything, I've broken her balls about not saying my name, which I think is what made her not say my name more, but whatever. Then have zero insight into the 1,000 shitty things they actually did to Katie. I think Tina was critical in getting our report. Tina's like the one person who told me not to do it. So I do think Tina may actually believe a lot of Steve's BS, though. She gets super outraged and emotional about what she thinks Katie did to Steve toward the end of the stream. But when she did all the things that he's now suing her for, all those things. Tina overall seems to be real bad at that big brain critical thinking. She criticized Joe for lacking. Tina seems to get pretty emotional herself. I know, what a bitch for feeling things. I mean, if only she could be more like Katie and just not give a shit about anyone. January 16th to 17th. Somewhere in some time zone, the catastrophe begins. January 18th. Well, which is it, though? The 16th or 17th? Seriously, because I want to know. I'm going to take a break here and check chat. Yeah, this wasn't sent into the uni. Give me a break. With all the fucking Steve hatred and vitriol going on throughout this thing, this was part penned by uni. It's amazing. He can't even he refuses to even take responsibility for this wonderful piece of fiction. What is wrong with him? I mean, he could probably sell it. All right. Wait, I do see my name tag. Yeah, the lawyer trying to surf through Twitter. I know, that was hilarious. We fucking laughed. We laughed at that. Like, we got lots of laughs out of it. I mean, it was good. It was good times. Okay. January 18th, the Erin and Tina show does a PSA on cybersecurity and why Katie is likely out to hack them all. Erin and Tina go live on Erin's channel and immediately start accusing Katie of being behind it. Again, Little Miss Noble very active in the chat along with Dottie. When Erin initially starts getting into her theory on how Katie did it all, Tina is very quiet. Here is when that stream gets interesting. I don't even remember that. I mean, maybe I did. I still have wonders about that. Not gonna lie. Although the whole Little Miss Noble thing being active in chat, like, I honestly, I heard of Little Miss Noble for the first time when she was on Kay Baxter's stream. That's how much I knew about her. I knew nothing about her. And I talked to Nat once before. I mean, just whatever. Little Miss Noble is ready to go with a PSA on how all of our accounts are in danger because Katie's stands are here to hack us all. Okay. Erin starts getting all critical thinking, big brain cracking the case. I never once said that. In fact, I think I made it pretty clear that what the fuck do I know? It's all speculation and whatever. May even be some bias thrown in there. Erin whoopsies and says Nat tried to make herself Katie's recovery email before correcting it. That is what the screenshot showed, though. I mean, okay. Uncovering hypocrisy has a prophecy and suspiciously starts saying shit about Katie manipulating the hackers and other shit that is very similar to what they had fake Katie do to Nat. So, because we guessed manipulation was a factor, that's suspicious. Okay. Also, Salts had already been fed the Katie told everyone to defend her, and now look, everyone's getting hacked line. Pretty sure I'll find EKC and Tina mentioned it before in their vids. Still working on this. Well, by all means, work away. You'll find, though, that my videos, I don't turn the transcription off, so you should have no problem finding it. January 19th, Tina's last stream. Tina does a stream on Katie riling the lawyers, and that's the last video to ever appear on her channel. No, there's been one more put on there since. Tina and Erin do a little sleuthing on the super mysterious hacking situation before getting into the meat and potatoes. Tina decided to pull a clip of Katie warning the Facebook group when the RO was going down. Next to Katie riling the lawyers for the lawsuit. Yeah. Wonder if maybe this time Tina shouldn't have asked to be served. Since, well, Tina stopped streaming and the group disappeared sometime around here. Yeah, there's other shit that went down at that time too, you know, and you're not even touching it, all that. There was a whole stream on Little Red's channel that's prompted a stream that I did, which then prompted a whole bunch of other shit, which that is what led to the group being shut down. And it wasn't even shut down. It was put on quiet with the intention of a hiatus. I think that intention has now since changed, but at the time, that was the intention. It actually had nothing. It had fuck all to do with any of you guys. Wonder if maybe this time Tina shouldn't have asked. Oh, I already read that. With what we know, all that looks incredibly suspicious. Personally, I think Tina got a C&D and was tired of Katie ruining her life and seized an opportunity to get back at her with her own fake evidence. Really? So Tina would be so fucking good and skillful that she shut down the group around the 18th there, okay, 19th. And then no, she would have already set this up. So she set this up before this shit, before the CD, before any of that. She set it up as if she knew this shit was coming. Is that what you're suggesting? Like, seriously. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Funny, though, how the search warrants that the FBI served to social media companies didn't find anything supporting these theories. Huh? March 6th, 2021. Tina returns. Erin's heart sings with joy, and Tina talks some sensible damage control. For context, Leslie and Charlotte started questioning Nat circa February 22nd. Rakin docked some of Charlotte's history. EKC refused to denounce Rakin repeatedly and said it wasn't cool Charlotte would dare question Nat on this. No, that's not what I said. The clear victim who has no red flags whatsoever. Yeah. I even said in my stream that I did on the 23rd that I understood why people had their reservations. I had them too. So it wasn't that she would dare question that. It was that I didn't agree with putting it all out there in public in a live stream. That was it. That's what I said. I just don't agree with her doing the live stream. But I agree with everything else about her. And no, Charlotte started questioning Nat like February 7th or February 8th, publicly anyways, in a live stream. Yeah, that one was taken down, though, after Salts, spoke with her. Around this time, Ren was attacking Charlotte and others, just because he has no manners, though Erin and Tina thought that this man clearly deserves a second chance. Who cares that he still stands Jodi Arias? I don't care. Though by this stream, everyone was about done with Ren. So Tina needed to come in and settle everyone down because he's perfectly nice to her. Just like Steve, perfect gentleman. Yeah, it's amazing how nice a guy will be to you when you don't accuse him of sexual harassment. It's amazing. Breakthrough. This stream is gaslighting and teaching Steve level masterclass on how to think critically by no longer thinking for yourself. Oh, did we gaslight you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Tina also tells us about the mafia-style intimidation and how she had to shut the group down with no notice, almost like Katie's lawyer showed up. Yeah, that's what happened. Sure. Man, so sad Little Miss Noble framed Tina and the whole Nat thing after Tina was victimized so much. I'm sorry. Where did Little Miss Noble frame Tina? This would be news to us. Like, where? I'm dying to know, because I have a feeling I know like what possible evidence you could be referring to, and God, I hope I'm right. That will be fun. Around here, though, those big thinking, critical thinking brains that Steve trained them so good would start spinning away as the chat wants to talk about Charlotte questioning Nat, the Rakin docs, and things. I think I know who else helped write this. Which it would be interesting to hear about her and Unirock working together again. Nat is also in this stream with Little Miss Noble and Dottie. So surprised they're all there. I know, right? Like, I wonder how many of Charlotte's streams were they in? Let's go check that out. What do you say? How many of WOACB's? How many of Unirock's? I'm dying to know. May 24, 2021. Erin and Tina, with the lawsuit winding down, tried to stoke new Katie flames. Wait, I need to stop this for 1 second. Just a second. Okay. Tina, stop in to talk about Katie being evil to religious people. Deserves people being warned about her. They start acting like Katie tweeting about a known pedo, Josh Duggar, is the worst thing she's ever done. Oh, no. I'm sorry, you must have missed the video I made in response to like PJ's video where I said, I think this is the one thing she doesn't deserve to get shit about. I mean, she's not wrong about these people. So no. But it's Josh Duggar. Yeah, that was my whole argument. Thank you. Nat is again very active in this chat. Oh my God, it's almost like she's invested in what is said about things in this community, right? Go figure. Tina talks about Katie will soon be whining about how she's stuck in the house because her son isn't vaccinated. Well, which is just demented. There's a good chance her son cannot get vaccinated, or the vaccine may not provide enough immunity due to his health issues. Yeah, I'm doubtful about that. I mean, maybe I'm doubtful about the immunity thing. I think is still maybe a possibility, but not because I think is for anyone really. But yeah, I'm doubtful. Tina returns to help Erin with Charlotte. Tina talked me down from some things there. Here goes Tina with her victim complex again, this time also projected onto Erin. They get accused of so much they didn't do a fraction of. Bad Charlotte for saying we all should just get along. Is that what she was saying while in the chats of other people? Talking shit? Is that what she was saying? Oh, yeah, okay. Talk about gaslighting. Tina points out additional details related to Rakin's leaked criminal info on Charlotte. Well, at least you admit that it is criminal info on Charlotte. Thank you. I thought Tina was on Katie vacay and feeling so much better not dealing with all this nonsense. Gee, that's some really specific info you're bringing up here. Because why? Well, because if it were info regarding Katie, if Katie had this criminal past, I think we would all be talking about it, right? So why should we not apply the same rules to others? Huh? Isn't this what the excuse that's used often, like with others here? I mean, anyway. Tina keeps poking her head back in at some interesting times. Man, 2 out of the 3 were largely for Charlotte and community issues. I'm tired of listening to them, so don't know much from the May 24th stream outside of what's above. Though I gotta wonder at this point. So you didn't do all of your due diligence. Is that it? Okay. Oh, that's it? Oh, how sad. That's all you had. Okay, well, let me show, now that you showed me yours, let me show you mine. What is it saved under? I really don't remember what the frick I saved it under. I think it might still, I don't think I did save it. I think it's still in iMovie. Do I have iMovie open? All right, well, so iMovie's going to take us. Oh, no, I do have it open. Yay! And iMovie is like the one program that takes forever to fucking open. So this is really a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to ask the chat to vote on something here for me. Wait, first let me put it on live chat. Don't be like me. Put it on live chat. If you would like me to play the WOACB video montage, press 1. If you would like me to play, I'll play them both, but if you'd like me to play the WOACB video montage first, press 1. If you would like me to play the Uni video montage first, press 2. The glorious TV. All right, you got it. Let me show it. I'm going to just put the link in the description for all. So, wait a minute. How can I share this? Because it was sent to me in a PDF. I don't think I have a link. I don't know how to share it. I don't think I can. Can I set up a poll in here? I mean, I was going to share it now. So, oh shit. It looks neck and neck here, man. I think the ones may have it, but barely. I mean, they're altogether, it's like maybe 30, 40 minutes worth of shit. You save the uni stuff for a video. Oh, no. I was going to, but I think I'm going to save his stream from tonight for a video because, oh my God, the jokes that came to my head, it may turn out to be my best one yet. I don't know. It was good though. Okay, so you want me to start with what? Tell you what, I'll start with the shortest one, okay? How's that? And I think Waxy is the shortest one. All right, that one's 9 minutes. Oh no, Waxy's is the longest one. Waxy's is almost 20 minutes. Yeah, all right, we'll start with that one. How long will it take to share though? Because I'd rather open it outside of iMovie so that way I can show the full screen. No, it's going to take a minute. All right, forget it. All right, play movie. Oh wait, I have to though. Fuck. Applications. It just gives me that. All right. I can't figure out how to play it on the StreamYard through or from the iMovie app, so I'm going to have to save it. I'm going to save them both. Whichever one finishes first, I'm going to play first. Waxy's, I think, is going to take longer to save. All right, that one's going. It's an interesting name. Okay, so I have them saving. I can't believe there's no way I can play it though. It's pissing me off. Is there a way I can share the screen? Entire screen or window. Oh, I can do that. If I open that. Oh, yay. Okay. I can do it. All right. So this is. All right. I want to do Waxy first because it was her stuff that I think was most interesting first. Or it came first anyways. So, all right. Let me check with chat real quick. Okay, cool. So it is showing up. Are you able to? You should be able to hear it while it plays. But I'm going to double check. So, all right. Hey, Margot. Nice to see you. No, I did not do any Mrs. Cassandra. I thought about it, but I thought I should just be, I don't know. Sometimes I think it makes me kind of funny. Sometimes I just think it makes me less funny. So, oh, don't worry. I skipped over the crying. And this is from several streams too. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to enlarge that screen too. I'm going to check. Well, first, before I enlarge, I'm going to check and make sure you guys can hear it. So, can you hear it? I'll start over again from the beginning. I just want to make sure you guys can hear it. No sound? Damn it. I don't know how to get the sound to come through. StreamYard is sharing a window. Stop. No. Yeah, I know you can't hear. I know. That's why I stopped it. Is there anything I can do here? It doesn't give me an option to turn the audio on. I don't think it's going to give me an option with the entire screen either. Check in OBS StreamYards if the sound is on. Yeah, but then don't I have to stream through sound? I don't understand. Oh, wait, it's starting to save, though, now. Oh, one of them's done. No, it's not done. I'm sorry. It is, that's one that's saving. 265. Yep. All right. Once it takes a second to start, but shouldn't take long to save. How could I do this through OBS? What if I just let it play through the speakers and the microphone? It wouldn't create an echo, right? Because it wouldn't be coming through on both. I just don't know how loud it would be. Shit. Well, in the meantime. If I get it to play through OBS, then no, wait, that won't work either. I would have to switch streaming to OBS in order for it to come through, wouldn't I? Sorry, I wasn't planning on showing these tonight until right before the stream, so I didn't save them properly, I guess. I wasn't sure if I was done either recording because I wanted to commentate a little bit with some jokes and shit, and I hadn't added any of that in yet. This is just the clips that I found that I planned on using, and I put them in the order in which I wanted to use them. That's all I did so far. Add media file and OBS should let you play. Okay, but then how do I get OBS though to stream through StreamYard? Because unless I don't know. Right or die, leave it. They will be here taking clips to spin. Oh, yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't worry about that. They're already spinning shit. I mean, it's kind of cute. I mean, how thirsty they are. And the thing is, it's like, it's like Uni has had this this mission ever since ImFcknRakin's stream last week. Like, he's taken an issue with all this. Like, I mean, just because he didn't verify any of the information he believed he had, and just because he never got around to sharing that or providing any proof that he claimed he would, and just because we pointed out that he was full of shit, doesn't mean he had to take it so personally. Just saying. I mean, it's not our fault. I mean, he kind of did that, not us. So, all right, yeah, I'm just going to turn OBS up. I'm not going to be able to get it to work. I can barely get it to work when I know what I'm doing. So in the meantime, how far along are we? Why is this taking so fucking long? About the uni video. What? Why can't I just pull the file from the iMovie library and play that through StreamYard? So why is that coming up? Wait a second. Okay. What a ball breaker. I got the file to drop in on a tab here, but I'm guessing because it's not done downloading, it's not gonna offer me anything to play. Well, why even offer me the drop then? Seems like a ball breaker. All right. Oh! Which folder was it in? So, right. So this one. Oh, it's the application though. It's not letting me move it. God damn it. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. It's a pain in the ass. Oh, that's just giving me an XML file. All right, so I guess we got to talk for a minute. Sorry. Let's chat. I know I haven't said hi to everyone. And I'll try to put in timestamps and stuff so we can skip over, replay can skip over this shit. Hey, Moderate. Hey, Megan. Jolly Bridge. Zinger. Ride or Die. Steve, what's up? Nikki. Court. Hey, you real unicornus. Lee. Zinger Box. I don't know if I said you yet. Liz. Claire. What's up? Brilliant. Hey. Nikki. Oh, is Megan in here? I had to ask her something. Sean. Mrs. Cassandra, what's up? Kimberly, what's up? Margot. None of them will come on because Uni is chicken shit. Rexy's upset because Erin was mean to her. Dude, yeah, that's it. That is exactly it, too. Wait till you hear the clips I got. This all started because she thought I was mean to her. Imagine that. Imagine it being acceptable somewhere like on YouTube or any other community, whether virtual or real. Imagine it being acceptable for someone to be accused of crimes they did not commit off of zero evidence just because they were mean. Imagine that. That's crazy. Oh, I wasn't just mean to her. I was mean to Charlotte. Just think about that though. For everyone here, or everyone listening rather, who is a fixture or a member in either WOACB or Charlotte's community, just remember that I was mean to them. And this is what happened. Think about that. Because I didn't agree with Charlotte's stream way back in February. Like this, that's where this is still stemming from. Like, for real, I have no doubt that is what's fueling a lot of that, is because I dared to not agree with something Charlotte put on the live stream. That's why we're here. Well, that and it's Steve's fault, but I mean, come on, that's a given. All right, one of them's done. And it is, Waxy finished first. Okay, so let's go ahead and share this. So these are video clips that a lot of them I remembered them having happened. So I knew where to look, but others I had to search for. And they were only from a few streams really, because she did take it like a hiatus after she was asked for the proof she promised to provide. And she's been gone for the most part since, with a few appearances here and there. And so, and I'll be honest, I didn't sit through all of these streams again looking for this shit. I did the whole, I used the whole extension thing there in Chrome and just search through them. So I need to stop relying on that, because people would just start calling me a name I don't expect or something, and I'll just never find it. I mean, I need to think better. All right. So, and here, this first stream, and I put these in order of appearance, okay? So this is the first stream that she went on talking about things. And it's from Little Red's channel, What the Tweet is Going On, from July 3rd, 2021. And here, I had done a stream where I was commentating on a different stream with Little Red and WOACB. So then they did a stream where they were commentating on my commentary of their stream. It's very like Russian doll. Okay.
If we're going to have sides now. So,
Are you okay, Waxy?
I'm upset. I'm very upset.
I can tell.
What did I do? She said, she's mocking me. She said that. She said it could be wrong, might be wrong, but I don't care. You don't know, about a month ago, she really turned on me and it hurt my feelings. And now to do this.
I hurt her feelings.
And she's calling me a liar. And my subs, we share subs. So my subs hear what she says about me. And I didn't lie.
I just want to take a moment to point this out, that I'm sure that we do share subs. And that's great. I hope we do. I mean, I don't care who anyone watches or follows. You do you. You watch shit you enjoy for whatever reason. I don't care. It's good. I'm just so thrilled to have you here watching me. So I just want to point that, because I'm not sure why she really mentioned that. I just want to mention that. And
I will be able to prove everything I said. It's going to take a little bit, but I'm going to prove it. And just like she was making fun of Charlotte, those things in the chat, those were interesting. She removed the video. She removed the video because Dottie claimed it. That's why. It's not because of someone saying crap in the chat to Charlotte, which she was alluding to in this video.
But someone was saying crap.
If you play back, which I'm not asking you to, but anybody that wants to hear this again, if you go back when she stops and says, when I'm explaining the uncle story, she intercedes and says, well, this information is incorrect. And there was someone else that saw it. Well, that someone else.
Wait, am I muted? No, okay. Yeah, this is a very important part, because I feel like this is the thing that's making her push so hard, that it's me behind everything, when she really didn't listen to a fucking word I said.
That saw it would be part of the problem. And if you listen, I don't know what that was. Did everybody hear a loud ding? Or is that just me?
Do what now?
Something went real loud ding. Maybe it was just me.
That was my phone. My phone. Oh. I got that text message.
Okay. So she comes into that and stops it to say that you might want to check that through with salts before you talk like that. Every single thing that
Did you hear her? She said, you might want to check with salts before you talk like that. Okay. That's what she claims I said. And
I'm telling you, went through salts and the authorities, and everything I'm telling you, if you listen to what I said, if you play it back, you will hear me say that anyone, including Nat and anyone besides Nat, that knows of the uncle story will be part of the problem. And she admits right in this video that, oh, we're the dummies. She knew all about it. She knew all about it. Well, Erin, how did you see what Nat and Charlotte exchanged?
Right there. Wait, am I muted? Okay, right there. She says, how did you see what Nat and Charlotte exchanged? I never said I saw anything. I said I knew about it. This was months after it happened. I found out about it either the end of March or the beginning of April. I'd have to look, because I know who told me, and I know when we spoke, so I could be very easily find out when I found out about it. It was obviously before July 3rd here, but it was sometime after the whole thing happened in February or January. I'm not even sure when exactly this whole thing played out, but it was throughout that time. But she says, when did you see that? Now, here's what I actually said.
When that came through, you can imagine the horror we all felt. It's like
this is now a clip from the stream they were commentating on. They were commentating on my commentary. Okay. They did theirs July 3rd. This was mine from July 1st.
we know for sure that Nat is part of this freak system.
And what I'm going to say to that is, during this time, Nat gave control of her social media accounts over to Saltz and the law firm there and the investigators. Charlotte may want to check with him first about that whole ordeal, because it sounds like there's some shit she's not aware of, because that's not what happened. That's not. And it wasn't Nat that witnessed her say uncle. Okay, see, now there, and holy shit, I was fat. There, I said she may want to check with Saltz, because it sounds like she doesn't have all the information. Now, she better check with Saltz before she talks on that shit. And I never said I saw anything. I said I knew about it. But she just assumes that if I knew about it, it's got to be because I saw something, even though she knows that people had control of Nat's account. So there were more than just Nat and whoever else seeing this shit. Anyways. But I think that that's where she's kind of lying a lot of her eggs. That's the basket that has most of her eggs, because she's convinced that I admitted to watching that. And nowhere near did I ever say I saw anything, because I didn't. I didn't even see it happen. Not even by like video after the fact. I was told about it. So I'm just going to leave it at that, because it's not my shit to tell. But I think I can say that much, because that was just bullshit right there.
Were you watching, Charlotte? Was Little Miss Noble directing stuff and sending you and your pals the stuff between Nat? Or was it really not even Nat, and it was spoofing, and it was Little Miss Noble? But this is so uncalled for, to mock me and call me a liar. I'm not lying to any of you. I've never lied to any of you.
Who's doxing Charlotte? And
anyone who says I've never lied to any of you is full of shit. I'm just saying.
AZ.
Oh. Now, this is from Little Red Stream. It called I Missed Y'all, Where's Waxy? And it's from July 14th, 2021.
Well, it started with Erin, and then it was Ren. So Ren did a stream last night. They made a song up.
I did not
about
dox
Charlotte's whole name. And then he did another little song about AZ's first name, because I don't think
Sassy said, "Look, I did good, Little Red. I went and fetched Waxy for you."
She did.
Love you. Hey, Vicky. That is unfortunate, and like, wow, to hear that. I mean, it was an accident.
No, honey. No. I'm sorry. This is hard, because, and it's hard not just for me talking to you, but it's hard because we all share subs, and so there's subs that won't.
Why does she keep saying
don't
that?
want it to be any infighting, and I get that, and I get why nobody would want infighting.
Hey, that's what we always wanted too.
Yeah, and it's what if I could wave my magic wand, I had nothing to do with this, but now I'm very much in the middle of all of it, and behind the scenes, and I feel,
wait a minute,
wrongfully so, and I'm being.
So was she just admitting just there to working or doing stuff behind the scenes here? Like what? Like that just sounds awfully shady. Just saying.
Abused because of what I know. So it's hard, and it's people we know out in the front, but they're doing it back in the back. So I'm saying to you and to everybody listening that I have been affected because of my knowledge of what's going on with Nat. I got affected because I started speaking that a couple, 3 weeks ago, and bam, shut up, Waxy. Shut her up.
Sorry.
Now, you can ask.
Now, this was the K-Baxter infamous stream. Late live Saturday night chat without a crystal ball and all the other craziness from July 17th, 2021.
Yourself why that would be. I can show you the proof I have of what I'm saying. Can I tell you that Erin wrote the memes or the disgusting death threats? Oh, heck no. I can't do that for you. But I can show you that she knew what Nat's script was. I can show you that
Really? I
she
knew
was
what the
attacking
script
me.
was.
I can show you.
Listen, I'm not a fan of Erin's. I'm not.
So she knows she can prove I did all these things. Well, I didn't see any proof in that little PDF thing there I just read. I mean, there's a few things in there from public streams or whatever, but there's nothing like this of something she had to reveal. Like, oh, I have the proof and I'm going to release it. What? Where? I should click on those things. I don't see what they are.
But we have to be careful that we're not throwing people under the bus that didn't.
I'm not saying I cannot prove that Erin did anything more than run protection for whatever was going on with Nat and the declaration and how involved people were with that.
Okay. I just want to be clear because people were confused again in the chat.
No, I'm not pushing a narrative because I don't like Erin. I liked Erin very much until she started attacking me. You can go back and watch and see wherever Waxy was. If Waxy...
Does that just irritate anyone else too? The way she refers to herself. You can go back and check wherever Waxy was. Like how old are you? Wherever Waxy is. You know, like if she were talking to a kid or whatever, and she's like, you know, wherever grandma is, all right, fine. Or great grandma is, whatever. Okay, fine. I could see that. But she's talking to a live stream chat on YouTube.
He ever said anything bad about Erin. I thought Erin and I were friends. It shocked me when Erin did this and started being mean to me. I had no narrative to push. I liked Erin until this happened. So I'm sorry. That's just not true. I'm not pushing any narrative. I've been silent. I have been off. I've not done a video.
Yeah, I don't agree with anything Erin has done, and I've been very vocal about that in videos, and so, but I just didn't want to be putting out there if nobody has proof.
Erin, you have been in.
Okay, so this one, some of you guys may not have seen yet, because apparently, I'm guessing like a whole lot of, there's quite a few people who weren't aware of this. But on July 18th, I was here, it was in the middle of the night, and someone had sent me a message telling me, hey, so there's a bunch of people talking some shit about you or whatever, or asking questions or whatever over on Little Red's channel. I'm like, oh, okay, what the hell? So I go over and I'm listening to it for a minute and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I started in the chat and I'm answering some of the questions. And then someone in the chat had said, Erin, why don't you go up and panel? I'm like, drop the link, I'll go on. And this was me on the panel. It's not all of it, but it's the part where Waxy was, you know, spinning her narrative.
Your own streams, you've been in Ren's streams, and you can say all day long that you don't.
Oops.
I don't condone what Ren does.
All right, yeah. So I changed my mind from July 18, 2021.
But he has been vile to several people on this panel and several people in the chat, and you won't denounce it. You won't. It's always with a but, Erin. It's always with a but.
No, it's never.
Just
I
like
denounced
Rakin.
it.
Just like Rakin.
I denounced it.
Instead of you saying that was horseshit. And
I did say that.
About Rakin?
I said it was a dick move. That's
yeah,
what I said.
I have you less than a week ago saying that was like the soft guy.
Let me just say, because this kind of irritated me. This was what, July 18th, I just said, I think. I had said it was a dick move and nothing else about it for months since it happened in February. 1 week before this stream was the first time I ever called it a soft dox.
Well, yeah, I think it was, but I also said it was a dick move, like 100 times.
Then you say soft docs. Do you see the
No,
difference?
that was the first time I ever said soft
Do you
docs.
see the difference?
That was the first time I ever said soft docs. I said
Okay.
over 100 times before that it
I
was
have
a
a
dick
question.
move.
So
Okay.
many
No,
times.
but
Hold
you
on,
should
hold on.
care.
That's what I came here to find out. You keep saying that. So show me. I
But
want to see
that
where
will take it. That will take a few minutes for me to put together because
That's fine.
it's.
That's
I don't.
fine.
There she was. I don't know if it skipped or if I didn't cut it properly, but there she was asking about how I made comments that how Charlotte was talking shit like throughout the months or whatever, and that's what. Well, show me.
Have it all put together. It's been in other people's streams where she has made her comments, her
I
remarks,
know
and everything.
you go looking for other streams and you
No,
use
I
your
watched some of the
and you
same
pull-
streams as her. I don't go
you put in
looking
her
for
name.
her.
Oh, Ren told us you did.
No, I don't go. Ren never said I went looking for her.
It's so close to that, though, isn't it?
No. Well,
Yeah.
naturally, she and I are going to watch a lot of the same streams, I'm guessing.
And even that shit with the Ren comment, I had been pointing out when the discussion had arisen itself, how people were making all these comments to Ren and talking shit about him and showing up in his streams and everything, or showing up or talking, like insulting him and shit, starting fights with him and shit in streams that he showed up in. Now, I'm not saying that Ren didn't do some of the same shit. Yeah, he fucking did. Absolutely. I was pointing out, though, how it was a two-way street. But when I would point this out, I would be told, prove it. Where's your receipts? Prove it. So I made a comment that, okay, I will go and get them and I will prove them. I did make that comment this stream, not in this night. I said it like shortly prior. And I had told Ren that I was doing this too. And Ren said something about it on his stream. And that's what they're talking about me going into getting these comments and everything. Well, how the fuck am I going to prove shit when you tell me to prove shit if I don't go in and fucking get the proof? Anyway.
Okay.
It wasn't that. It's not that. And that's not what you do, Erin.
What do I do, Waxy? What do I do?
You use your transcriber and then you put in your
My-
keywords and you go looking. Did
My
anybody talk
transcriber?
about-
It's YouTube's transcriber.
That's fine, but you're using it. I didn't say it's yours.
You said
No.
you use your transcriber. That's what you said. Okay.
I know, baby.
Meaning you use your, I don't care, app.
Are you mean
or
meaning
YouTube-
It's not an app. It's a part of the
your
website.
YouTube tool. Quit yelling at me, by the way.
Okay. Whatever.
Seriously,
Well,
Erin.
I mean, listen to yourself. Just get you right. I mean, it's not you make it sound like I'm applying some sort of tool
You
or
are
something
applying.
to do these
you
devious
are
things. It's a
applying- you
YouTube
are-
feature.
You are using it. That's great. Fine for you. My point is that's what you do. Then you put in keywords and then you can short circuit to, did anybody talk about Ren? Oh, there's a comment. That's what you did to me. That's exactly what you did to me.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and listen to entire streams all the time.
Exactly.
I'm not.
But you're
Sometimes
doing
I will,
You're
but
doing
not
it
every time.
malicious. I get that.
I don't care if I'm doing it maliciously or not.
You don't care.
Why does anyone search a stream? They do it for all kinds of reasons. Sometimes
Oh
it's
my
to
God,
find
Erin.
if people
Oh my
talk shit
God.
or not. Sometimes it's
I
to find
don't.
proof. Because whenever I sit there and say, like just now, you're like, show me where
me.
she's done this. Well, in
Yes.
order for me to do that, I have to do this malicious thing that you're talking about.
No, you already have it.
No, I don't.
Just show us the
No,
screenshots
here.
you sent to Ren. You already have
Those
it.
were about Ren.
Yes, Charlotte about Ren. Just show us those. Show us.
Why? What would they prove in our discussion here about Charlotte talking shit about me or whatever? Why would me showing screenshots I may or may not have had about Ren prove that? Why does she want them? I thought that was very weird.
Why do you want to see? Why do you want to see that?
To prove
I
that
thought that was
Charlotte,
here about
that
me.
Charlotte is nasty. It is about you. You're the one that dug it up. It is
Yeah,
about
about
you.
me.
Okay, hold on here. Okay. To the chat, okay, I understand that you feel like that, but we're not trying to dox anybody. We were trying to show proof of what was said.
Oh yeah, because
Okay?
I'm guessing that you guys just inadvertently did dox Charlotte yourselves on the stream, huh?
We sort of did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but we didn't do it maliciously.
Oh, with
And
the,
I would like to know how, if you helped in any way.
Okay, I shut the clip off. Wait, am I muted? Okay. I stopped the clip right after we didn't do it maliciously. They're trying to prove to me that I dox Charlotte, so they played the part of my stream where they claim I dox Charlotte, thus inadvertently doxing Charlotte by their own description. It wasn't a dox, but to them it was. It didn't even dawn on me until the chat was saying something about it. It was funny. Okay.
With Natalie's video the other day.
I've not helped Nat in any way.
I know.
In any
Okay,
way,
okay,
shape,
don't split
or
that hair.
form.
I didn't ask.
No, I
Nat.
did not. I did not help
I
her
said
with her
you
video.
did
I did not help her with her video. I did not help her with anything. I've not even talked to her.
I didn't say you did.
A handful.
I don't think you did
handful
talk
of
to Nat.
times over the
Nat
months.
says you didn't talk to her, and I don't think you talked to her. That's not what I'm asking you. So your answer, so I know, is you did not have anything to do with that video. Not you didn't help
Absolutely not.
in any way. Okay.
Not in any way.
Okay. Yep. Good. Well, that's all I needed, guys. I mean, if you guys have more questions, wouldn't answer the Charlotte question. She won't answer the question about me, and she had nothing to do with that. So that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have one more that I asked earlier, but I was muted. I didn't know it.
Sorry.
It was me. I muted myself. No, I wanted to know if you have any private information, Erin, that you would be uncomfortable and upset that got out. Do you have anything, or are you just so squeaky clean that if people dug into you, that they wouldn't find things?
That nothing legally documented. No.
I didn't say I said anything you would be upset about, anything that would ruffle your feathers.
Oh, you mean like maybe a personal piece of information or part of my past or whatever? Of course I would. Who wouldn't? Who doesn't?
Oh, well then maybe.
But I don't have, but nothing that can be searched. Nothing that can be searched or nothing that's been documented.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
But you can't dox shit that isn't documented. But yes, no, I've never been arrested. I've never been arrested. I've never been charged or anything like that.
I don't think that. I was really thinking about something that might be personally embarrassing. I didn't say anything about legal.
Oh, no, nothing I'd be embarrassed about.
You're good with your whole past.
Nothing I would be embarrassed about. Things that I wouldn't like out there, but nothing I would be embarrassed about.
I'm asking you if there's things out there you wouldn't like to have known to all of your YouTube channel.
Well, of course.
There is?
Of course there is.
And you can understand what you're doing and what you've been doing and what you have agreed to.
What if I released it was embarrassing?
What do you think?
I don't know. Tell me.
We've discussed it. Now people went and showed you. You argued. You hadn't spelled it. I don't know.
Her name is embarrassing?
Erin, I didn't say that.
You did.
No, it's personal stuff. I'm asking you if it would be anything there. Tonight, it's her house.
You're comparing it, but what's in my mind about what I would not want out there, you're comparing to a name. There's no comparison. They're nowhere near relatable or close. Of her. There was one picture and it had a big freaking filter rabbit Snapchat thing on it.
I know it. I got them all, Erin. I know.
Right. Well, then you should know.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
But we've learned tonight there's things in your life you wouldn't want out there. And guess what? As a person, I'm wondering if you can understand and have empathy. That's one. And second, if you ever could take responsibility that it's up to the person that whatever they feel they didn't want out there. Charlotte gets hurt daily. She wakes up to this BS.
But then maybe this might be a little too difficult for her, okay? And second of all,
Erin.
no, seriously, if she gets hurt daily and she's like to the point of tears or crying, then this might be too much for her. Okay, I'm not being.
You want Charlotte gone, and I know you want.
Oh, I don't care. Oh my God, I don't care. I don't think enough about either of you to care if you're gone or not.
You've been so mean to me.
Oh my God, I've not been mean. I've maybe been indifferent.
This is funny.
No, not indifferent. No. Nope. Okay,
you even said it yourself. I've had you on my stream and everything.
This is almost over. There's just under a minute left of the whole video, but of this clip as well. And this last part was, after this last part, I got off the stream. I thought I'm not gonna be able to top that.
Everything a few times. So I mean, I couldn't have been that mean.
As you're telling me we're not friends. I'm talking about something. You have hurt me left and right.
Left and right. Okay. Yeah. Give me examples. Give me the lefts and the rights.
Oh, I'm going to, hon. I'm putting it all together.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, I'm gonna put it out there in a video or a live stream.
You have to think about it?
No, I want to.
No, she just wants to show the evidence.
Okay.
Like you make videos, she's gonna make a video.
Examples. Give me like two examples.
I cannot.
Just one. Okay, how about one?
It's 4:30 in the morning. Let her be.
And I can't. I'm incapable of getting screenshots to this video. I don't know how, and I'm not going to learn right now. And I'm going to put out.
Well, you don't have. Can you just tell me?
No, I've already asked the questions that were pertinent, and we'll go from there.
So that's that. I'm pretty sure that there are a few more examples of WOACB talking about my involvement with all this shit. I'm still looking for examples, but these were the biggest ones that I knew of, and the ones that I remember, and the ones that I also knew I could easily find. And there's a couple things here I want to address here in the chat. First of all, A Real Unicornist, thank you so much for the super chat. WOACB the Interrogator, judge and jury of YouTube. Yeah. And also, I completely almost forgot, Reagan, thank you so much for your donation to the fundraiser on my Facebook page. Thank you so much. For those of you who may not know, I'll include a link. My birthday is in the beginning. It's January 3rd. So normally, if I do a fundraiser or whatever, I'm right around my birthday there on January 3rd. Nothing ever really gets raised because like it's right after Christmas, you know. And I don't blame everyone. I don't have the money either. But so I thought, well, this time maybe I'll be smarter about it. And I'll start it before Christmas, especially when people are still shopping. You know, maybe you can get a donation or two this time. And the nonprofit that I chose it's a little self-serving, but it's the improv group, the theater in which I'm taking the improv at. It's a nonprofit 501c3. And it's, I don't even remember what it's called, but I don't know. Where am I? All right, so it's called Save This Seat Now or something is the name of the thing doing the donations. Save a Seat. Erin's fundraiser for Uptown Theater for Creative Arts. And it's cool, the acronym, because it's UTCA. And we live in Utica, which is UTICA. So for the longest time when I was in improv class, I saw UTCA up in the wall. And I'm like, why did they forget to put the I in there? It doesn't make sense. But it wasn't spelling Utica, obviously. But anyways, so yeah, it's that. And now that I just looked at it, I'm thinking that's who donated. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Yeah, I am horrible at advertising. I am. X-Modes, they're trying to use you to get subscribers. Uni sucking Katie's. I know. See, I know that he's using all this to get subscribers. And I get it, man. He's thirsty. Like, I mean, I almost feel bad for him in a sense. Because, like, I think he was really thirsty, like, at the end of 2019 there. And I think Katie came along promising him, like, all the free shit he could drink off of her teats, you know? And then I think she just started withholding him and just keeping him strung along, and he just kept being thirsty without being, you know, quenched at all. So I think now he's looking for a new Katie, but he's looking for a Katie who will actually not leave him thirsty. And you know, hey, and under the right circumstances, maybe I would take him on, you know, but I just not yet. And there would be rules if I did take him on, like, you know, I don't really want to like overly support and like, you know, quench someone's thirst who's just like a regular dick to everyone. That's all, you know, or who gets shit wrong all the time, or, you know, or just, I don't know, whatever. But I mean, I would consider it, but I get it though. I mean, he's just probably still chasing after that fucking last drop or something that, you know, Snot Bubble the Hut over there had promised him and just never came through. I don't know. Poor little thirsty Uni. Okay, so that one's over. And the other one is done. So, okay, now this is Uni's claims. Because, oh, I should explain. The reason why I put these video clips together is because Uni did a Periscope stream just the other day. And I think I have it somewhere. What's the title of it? Okay, it was titled Unirock TV is his Periscope broadcasting. WOACB should not apologize. They're lying like always. I challenge their claims and demand proof. And in the video, he said he demanded proof that we had a whole catalog of his shit to go looking through to find our proof. Okay, so I did. And I didn't go through the whole catalog though. I just went through the places where I kind of knew where things obviously were. And so yeah, that's what I did. So here's my proof that Uni is a fucking liar and that Uni helped perpetuate this fucking lie. In fact, I would even say that Uni helped form this fucking story, and he's full of shit because he didn't have any evidence, and whatever he did think he had, he didn't even bother to verify shit. Mr. King of freaking, I can tell fake screenshots, whatever, I can verify this shit and I'm good at this, couldn't even tell that this shit was faked. That's all I'm saying. This first clip, I don't think I put titles in it, but this first clip that I grabbed shit from is from a different Twitter Periscope or whatever. And this one was titled Cult Member Flips, Breaking News, the Cult is Damned, also Drunken Urinal Corn, and entitled Karen something that goes on to say, oh wait, and entitled Karen Suck, Karen Out to KJPS hubby work, proving they are also in the group of the worst harassers. That's the title of it, I guess. But this came out, I think this was back in July. I'm not quite positive of the date. No, it was July 14th. That's right, because I had to look this up. It was July 14th.
Hey. Okay, here we go. So one of the cult members, when put under pressure, flips and goes full Nat, flipping to the other side, selling out the worst inner core cult members.
Good night, Manya.
Also, remember how Nat, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, gave full access to Salty, the FBI, and tried to act like one or two cult members were behind everything, but all the other cult members are just innocent. Remember that? I did a video on it.
See, right here, he's admitting that Nat told one narrative and then told another, which would mean she lied the first time. Why would you then think that this time was being honest when she had already been caught in several lies regarding this? So why is this lie, or why is this story the truth? And it's because your fucking bias is showing.
Well, it turns out now there's not just one cult member, Nat, who flipped on the cult, that when someone flips on the cult, they give full access to all their emails, all of their communications, all their tweets, all their DMs, and they give it to authorities, the FBI, and SALTC. And there was like something crazy, like 17,000 pages or some shit.
How does he know that?
From just one cult.
How does he know that? Because I have since verified that that is an accurate number of shit that was obtained or whatever through the investigation. How does he know? How did he know that then? You know, it's where did he find access to any of this information? Because Nat gave it to Katie and or Salts. Who gave it to Unirock? Am I to believe that Salts did? I mean, that wouldn't seem to make much sense. I mean, the only reason why anything was shared now was because the investigation is over. So back then, that wouldn't make sense. That would have muddied the waters, right? So that leaves Katie, and Katie was right there in Kate Baxter's stream talking about this, sharing all of this this storyline or whatever that they concocted from whatever shit that they had. So obviously Katie had no issue with this information getting out and shared or discussed publicly. So what makes more sense? Salt shared it with Unirock or Katie shared it with Unirock? Just like she was kind of sharing with everyone else. So I just say.
Cult member showing that this whole thing over like more than a year, these cult members are doing this on a daily basis. Also, Drunken Urinal Corn and Entitled Karens Suck both admit to cyber stalking KJP's husband.
We did.
And they both admit to personally injecting themselves. Now, if you read what they say, they are full on Karens. And this is why Steb's cult must, further memes, must involve the Karen Hair.png file.
Karen Hair.
And it also is why we are calling Steb's cult, instead of the Silverfish cult, the Entitled Karens Suck cult. Entitled Karen cult sucks.
You hear that, Steve? It's my cult now. Yeah.
Entitled Karen cult people suck is the name of Steve's cult. But it also, these revelations happening are what prove that Drunken Urinal Corn, the doxer of Crafty, along with AT2 and EKC, are literally injecting themselves into the real life of this situation. So they're not just viewers. They're not just people on YouTube that are watching.
How are we injecting ourselves? And furthermore, if what we were doing was considered injecting ourselves, well, then what would you consider Charlotte's 3 streams there in February? Because her commentating and shit was no different than us commentating and shit. So really, why is one injecting and the other one isn't? Furthermore, how is Uni not injecting himself? I'm going to leave that one alone.
None of that garbage. They are literally trying to inject themselves into the core of this story. And Drunken Urinal Corn thought by releasing this that it would make them look innocent or something, when all it does is make them look severely more guilty, because the place where Nat and these other people hung out was with Steve, Drunken Urinal Corn, and Tina. And then this is the fucking kicker. This is what's going to blow your goddamn mind.
This part.
The person who is sending the death threats, who is spoofing and spamming and harassing, now I can factually tell you why that person's communications were from a person that knew every little detail, every step, okay? The reason why is because they were, of course, being updated and shown and given all this stuff inside this group. So the question is now, how are these people so fucking stupid that they didn't know they were sitting next to the person sending the death threats? How are these people so dumb that they didn't know they were sitting next to the person creating, doing Photoshop of Saltsy's kids into pornographic images? How do they not know this? Well, they did. They did know. What Drunken Urinal Corn and Entitled Karen Cult have told us is basically who is involved, who is next to the person doing this, who's encouraging the person, who is feeding the person information. You see what I'm saying? So this is just proof that these people were involved. Now, this is what they're going to say. They're going to say, we were victims too. We were victims of the person doing the hacking. Yeah, we were all sitting in the same server. Yeah, we were all talking to each other 24/17. Yeah, we were telling each other what to do and doing it with each other. Yeah. Oh, we now know that Steve McRae was involved in the reporting to CPS of Katie, to the police, the false reports to the police and the FBI.
Do you hear that, Steve?
Also, he was involved with the spamming of Katie's husband's work and shit. So every one of the bad things that happened to Katie, all of those events where these
First of all, there wasn't even all the events of the bad things that happened to Katie. What did he do? He listed like fucking 2 of them. Okay. First of all, was spamming her husband's work. Dude, he hasn't even worked since like the spring of 2020. What is he talking about?
harassers inject themselves into Katie's life, stalk her, and try to contact the husband's work and all this garbage. Now we know that the whole group was involved. They were all doing what they did in that video where I showed them trying to dox me. They were doing the same thing that they do. This is why Red's rhetoric was trying so hard to make you guys think that he doesn't use Discord, right? Seriously. It's because they all know that if they're found out that they all sit around and talk to each other every day, if they all update each other on all the things they're doing, so now it brings you to a crossroads. Their excuse is that they didn't know one of their cult members was leaving the death threat voicemails. They didn't know that someone in their group was spoofing emails, photoshopping children and shit, and making these porn accounts. Their little cult wants you to fucking believe now that they're getting busted. Literally, I'm not playing. I was just shown all this. These people want you to believe now that these people are getting busted through having these cult members yanked in and charged and interrogated. And all of them, by the way, Nat, who was doing it, Nat was doing it. Nat was not fooled into doing it. She was purposely doing it with Tina, Drunken Urinal Corn, and all these people, and Steve. Nat, we already know that if Nat was telling the truth, why'd she lie to us? In her video, she said that she didn't know who Steve was when she emailed Katie. But factually, she knew who Steve was and had talked to him many times under his main account with his name in the Facebook group. She knew who Steve was and lied because she's lying about the fact that she wasn't involved. She's lying about the fact that Tina and the rest of these people weren't involved. They are all involved. And thank you to Drunken Urinal Corn for being so stupid that you tweeted out the proof that just gives more credence to the fact that you're all involved. You guys are sitting there fucking ratting on yourselves. But I mean, it makes sense since
Yeah, that figures. I was on mute for that whole thing. All right. So apparently when I hit save, it didn't save the movie that I made. It saved just the media clip that I grabbed those clips from to add to the movie I made. So right now it's saving the movie that I made because I sat there watching. I'm like, wait a minute, I only took like 6 minutes of this clip. I'm going into like minute 9 now. What the fuck is that about? You know, and my movie that I made was only like 9 minutes. So in this movie is like, or this thing that I had, this media event or whatever, it was like 13 minutes. So that's his actual one. The front, there was the whole thing. So I'm going to have to wait for this to download and then play it. But it's already over halfway downloaded. So it's only going to be a second. So yay, there's that. So I'm sorry. I don't know how or why that happened. I could swear it even said 266, my movie 266 when it downloaded. I know I was muted. I know. Oh, by the way, we have new emojis too. Designed by Rakin, and one of them is this. It's a muted emoji to say I'm muted. And there's I think this one's facts. Let's see. Okay, they didn't put it. I don't remember what they want to say. Okay, but there's a little, like, it looks kind of like a cross between a crystal ball and a mushroom. So it's cool. So there's that, and then there's this one. It's the EKC cult. Then there's popcorn. Then there's drinking. Then there's yes, no, yes, fake news. And then there's pineapple on pizza and welcome. So thank you, Rakin. She also did my new channel art. She did the banner and the new profile picture. So thank you. I fucking love these. I love the muted one. I think that was my favorite. Yay, muted. All right, it's almost done. It's like okay, nope. I think now it's done. I just have to wait for it to show up there. All right. Come on, finish. There we go. Now it's done. All right, so let's try this shit again.
I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, whatever.
I already listened to this though.
Gave full access to goddamn mind. The person who is sending the death threats, who is spoofing and spamming, kill every step, okay? The reason why is because they were, of course, being updated, and Photoshop of Salt's told us is basically who is involved who is next to the person doing this, who's encouraging the person, who is feeding the person information. You see what I'm saying? So this is just proof that these people were involved. Now, this is what they're going to say. They're going to say, we were victims too. We were victims of the person doing the hacking. Yeah, we were all sitting in the same server. Yeah, we were all talking to each other 24/17. Yeah, we were telling each other what to do and doing it with each other. Yeah, literally, I'm not playing. I was just shown all this. That's why they defended her so hard. Exactly, Donna. It's why they attacked people who spoke the truth, like True Ball of Wax and Charlotte, because Nat was in their fucking cult. Nat was in their group. But anyway, the thing that EKC, entitled Karen, people suck, don't realize, the thing that Drunken Unicorn doesn't realize, we've known this the entire time. We've said this the entire time. You walked right into our trap, and you are fucking done. Your cult leader is on the run. Your little soy boy fraudster can't run fraudulent fundraisers anymore. And you guys just got sold out. After today, it all changes. EKC, Drunken Unicorn. After today, it all changes. It finally flipped. This is the day that it finally flips on this cult. You will be forever known as the cult that harassed and tried to affect the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit. That's what you're going to be known as. It's going to be the only thing you're ever known as. It's going to be the only thing you've ever done. And you're always going to be laughed at as the fucking entitled Karen lolcows that you are. And my God, is it rewarding after a year of tracking all this bullshit? Is it rewarding to watch you guys explode from the inside?
EK. That sounds awfully personal, like it's about something other than this. I don't know.
She started messaging her like crazy. Yeah, of course.
I didn't jot down the date that this stream was from, but I will find out and I'll put it in the description. I think this one was from August, though. I think
she did, because instead of EKC getting criticized fairly.
Wait, I can. The name of it though is it might be T-Spiracy dropping the nuclear bangers. No, wait, this wasn't it when this is a recent one, isn't it? I think. Oh, it might be here. Okay, I don't know. I'll figure it out though and put it in description.
For the dumb things she did, apologizing to Charlotte, banning the people who are doing this and calling them out in the same way that EKC would have called out Katie if she would have done this. EKC wants all these people to stop talking. So yes, EKC is behind trying to affect people's opinion.
I am.
And I'm even willing, to take the side, like people who have the side, because I know EKC is going to say, I'm not in a cult, or she's going to say, I didn't do that. And I'm willing to say, okay, fine, that's your side. Cheshire,
you are.
Steve, these other people, and the EKC, Costello, once they saw the video that Nat did, they realized that Nat looked, number one, extremely gay.
I found it important to include that part of the clip because I think he could make the argument in some of these things that that he's not talking about me. He's just talking about the cult when he says that. But right there, he said Costello. So that tells me he's talking about me.
guilty. It made them all look extremely guilty. And that Nat ended up saying things in that video that actually exposed the EKC cult for being the people who fed Nat the narrative. Oh my God, it would be Charlotte would follow her kids. She'd have her grandkids if they are old enough to have accounts. And her family would be contained in the personal Facebook that EKCPeopleSuck showed. So is it not logical that EKC People didn't just show her Facebook for no reason? She showed it because her and her friends were looking at it. They were...
Me and my friends were looking at it? Like what? Were we having a sleepover and we're all sitting here just playing on the computer and we're looking at her account? What the fuck are you talking about? Holy shit. I cannot believe I'm getting so much shit because I looked someone up on Facebook months ago. Like no one's ever looked someone up on Facebook. Come on. It's not my fault she had like 5 profiles to find.
They were cyber stalking Charlotte after EKC people did that.
Looking someone up on Facebook is now cyber stalking. Yeah.
To Charlotte, it only literally took like a day before Charlotte's children, pause the music in a dramatic fashion, Busy. Charlotte's children and grandchildren, and no, I'm not exaggerating,
really,
were then doxxed.
No, they weren't.
Because
holy shit,
crazy people watched EKC bring up Charlotte's personal information, personal Facebook, first and last name, and other things.
They're right there. Oh my God. I did not bring up, when I showed a screenshot of her Facebook, I redacted her last name. All that was there was just the name Charlotte and a picture. So really, to find that profile, you would have to know her first name and what her face looks like. And then you could search all through Facebook until you come across a profile with her face on it. Like that's doxing. That's me doxing her by revealing that someone named Charlotte with her face has a Facebook profile somewhere on Facebook. Fuck's sake. And her grandkids, they were not doxed. Okay, to my knowledge, unless I'm remembering this, I do remember this. I don't recall anything other than what I'm remembering, though. So if I'm missing something, fine. But from what I recall, there was a statement made by Ren on his stream where he made a comment of like, how are your grandkids? That was all. So that's not doxing. Sure, that's intimidation. Sure. I definitely don't support that. I get that. But it's not doxing.
And gave out that information to her friends inside of Discord servers and other places. And because of that, she's furious because Katie showed a Discord exchange that proved EKC was a part of the group and part of the entire plan. Zach, do you know where she showed it?
I shared this because I want to know if he ever found this elusive thing that Katie posted in her Discord or whatever.
I'm back only because EKC was just live, insulting Uni, lying, deflecting, projecting, gaslighting, and sea-lioning. Well, good. The more she acts like that, the more people are going to know. And you know why she jelly and pissed off at me?
Oh, honey, I ain't jelly.
Just because I'm a YouTuber. That's it.
Everyone here in chat, I'm jelly and pissed off at you if you have a YouTube channel. Because you're a YouTuber.
Doesn't like that I'm a fucking YouTuber.
Yep, that's it.
Katie's Twitter. Can somebody go check it and put it in Discord for me? I want to see this.
Oh,
I want to see
her
this
Twitter.
Discord exchange from EKC. They also need to look.
See, they right there tells me it's bullshit because I'm never in fucking Discord. And I don't, besides like maybe a couple of private chats that really one of them doesn't even have anything to do with this shit. I don't talk to people on Discord. I go in there for the subreddit. Like, that's really it. Like,
look at EKC because she's the one that doxed Charlotte's first and last name so that this person could do this. And yeah, I know somebody doxed her before when it first came out and she first flipped on him, but they doxed her because she changed her opinion against them.
So that's what I have on that at this moment, because I was trying to stick to mostly claims regarding this case. I didn't want to go, because if I sat there looking for clips of him making any and all claims or bullshit things about me, I would never get up from my computer. So they sent Katie emails of docs containing information which they dug up and further spread across multiple platforms for someone that was not even me. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times, like in chat, like even still now, someone makes a comment about how Rakin docs Charlotte, and it's usually followed up with the posting of her mugshot or whatever. And that was not Rakin. That was not at all Rakin. It's not at all impossible, let alone implausible, to believe that there were a few people on social media who just didn't really care for Charlotte or some of the shit she was doing. I mean, it wasn't just like us or whatever. And hell, Rakin even liked her at a time. I mean, I just saying, she even sent her a ring light. So just saying, it's not impossible to think that maybe more than one person might have just fucking had enough of her shit. So I'm not saying it was right or whatever, but just saying there's a good chance it wasn't all one person. So yeah, that's what I have together so far. I am going to do a translator video with his stream from tonight. Let me slow this down a little bit. Okay, I still only went from 20 seconds up to 30, so please don't come for me. Yeah, exactly. Her name was on her PayPal, and she was always promoting that, and she was always wanting and welcoming donations through her PayPal, so is there, and let's face it, she got a lot of them, so there's probably a lot of people who knew her last name. I open up StreamYards just for, yeah, I can do that. In fact, I'll open it up now. I have to run to the bathroom, so I'll leave it up to y'all to talk for a minute or two while I go run to the bathroom. What am I doing? Oh, invite. This one thing that's really annoyed me about this whole narrative when talking about Charlotte and the hell that she went through or whatever. Like, she had a whole fucking community that was supporting her, not just supporting her, like fucking rabidly supporting her, and that's great. I mean, we should all be so lucky, seriously. So yeah, so she had that. She wasn't out in the cold. She wasn't outcasted or anything. She wasn't trying to be run off of YouTube. If she felt that she shouldn't be on YouTube, that might be her own inadequacies due to the information that was released, and, well, more or less due to the information that existed, and I don't think she should have felt like that. Absolutely not. I understand if she did, but she shouldn't have. She should have just owned this shit. She should have just came out and said, yeah, I'm not perfect. I did this thing, whatever the explanation was or is, whatever. And it would have been dead. It would have been a dead issue. But instead, she was being harassed. The holy hell that rained down on her or whatever. And what is she? She's like 50 or something, right? That means 50 years she's lived on this earth. There's no way in hell that she's made it 50 years without being a strong woman. It just doesn't happen. By the time you're this age, by the time you're our age, you're pretty, even if you're still like insecure about things, you know what's bullshit. You know what's not. You know what's worth worrying about. You know what's not. You don't get wrapped up in the shit anymore. You just don't. And so you can't tell me that she was really that affected. I just don't believe it. She's a much stronger and capable woman than that. Unless I'm giving her too much credit. I don't know. Hey, what's up?
Sorry, I couldn't help clicking.
It's okay.
Sleep is not my friend, and I came back. I was like, oh, yes, he's still going. So I came in for a few minutes, yeah. I was just listening.
I'm going to give you a minute to talk, though. I'm going to just kind of run to the bathroom because I was waiting for someone to come in.
Go.
I'll be right back.
All right, everyone. This broadcast has been brought to you by Golden Unicorn. So people who are asking in the live chat who's urinal corn, drunken urinal corn, that nasty nickname has been given to me by the dollar store Alex Jones, and he has been having a tantrum this whole week because I gave him the nickname dollar store Alex Jones. Steve, the link is up in the live chat somewhere. If you see EKC's name tag, you can find it. I got it. I got it, and I made it in. Liz is like, hey, party. Yes, party. Everybody party. It's funny, like, on how dangerous grounds these people are. Like, not in the sense, like, they're going to be arrested or something, but how dangerous accusations these people are making, and then they don't care. We saw an example, like, with WOACB, like, as I had said in my chat, in my super chat, the interrogator and the judge and jury of the YouTube. Who are you again? And who gave you the button to go around questioning people's motives, and just take people's name? Digital Demonic for $2, Australian $2, if I'm not wrong. I call uni discount temple. Not bad at all. You're getting there, my friend. You're getting there. So it's kind of like, all right, you want to LARP, but don't take it so far. Oh, look, who strolled in? It's Steve McRae.
Yeah, apparently, I guess that. Oh, I'm going to echo. Apparently, I in so many discords with Erin that our bladders are actually in sync, and that when she has to go pee, I have to go pee. So there is something true about what Unirock was saying. Her and I must sit on the Discord and talk together because we have bladders that just for some reason are in sync. It's weird.
You think that's amazing? You should see our uteruses.
Hey, look, man, mine's pristine. Well, at my age, probably not so much pristine, but whatever. But anyways, hi. This was enlightening. There's a few things in here I did not ever hear before. One of which I do not listen to Unirock, contrary to what people believe. I only listen to when somebody puts a thing out there. Oh, and by the way,
you don't listen to Unirock. What
was that little favor you wanted? By the way, EKC, a little favor, was that relating to one of those things that was tonight?
Yes. Well, it was related to something I was sent, but it wasn't related to anything I played tonight.
Oh, okay. So that's
so I'm still working on that, though.
All right. Well, it's okay. I'm keeping track of my favors. That's all. I might have to collect one day. But no, I mean, the long story short is that you, myself, Tina, we already knew from the get-go that we had nothing to do with anything. We know from years of experience that Unirock is, I believe, a professional gang stalker. I believe that's what he does. He lies about people for money. He makes up stories for money. He goes after them. I am absolutely convinced that he does things in real life. Can I prove that? No, and I'm not even claiming that I can, but I'm absolutely convinced that he is, because I know for a fact that he has talked to people in real life to try to convince them that I'm a cult leader. I can guarantee that he's actually talked to somebody named Frank Parnell Jr., for example.
I have a question. What do you mean by gang stalker or whatever you're talking about?
Okay, gang stalker is a type of person who basically tries to it's like a cyber terrorist in some ways. It basically, they'll lie and manipulate the system in order to make your life a living hell. they'll basically, do things like all the things that we talked about that uses words that he doesn't understand.
Let me. In short, they're gang stalkers are people who will either lie or manipulate, or even just recruit people around them to harass and stalk people online. So it can be like for Unirock, it's a bunch of his people, like trolls who hang around with him. For example, Menace to Sobriety, Trio Monkey, and all those people. So that's what gang stalking is: gang and stalking.
Yeah, these people are, in my opinion, cyberbullies that go around trying to ruin people's lives.
Right.
I mean,
so would you say that the shit that happened throughout the lawsuit was along that lines, or?
Well, the Toddy case?
Yeah.
See, the thing is with the Toddy case is I still don't know what the hell happened because I really didn't follow them. Contrary again, what people believe, I would say yes. Yeah, all I cared about whether she got $5 million or not. The rest of it with Halo Beauty, I knew nothing about. I didn't care about it. I didn't know who Toddy Westbrook even was. I don't follow any of that stuff. And then these names started coming out of the blue that I barely had any experience with. I mean, Lorianne, I think the only experience I had with her was her claiming that she was going to send a bunch of bikers after to go kick my ass or something. That's it. And when Nat
she's sure giving you a lot of credit there. I mean, she needed bikers to do that.
Apparently, yeah. It was one tweet that she had, and I was like, I've never talked to this woman. Again, half these people I've never been in a hangout with, and when I mean I talk to like that, I've never done this like verbal. I've talked to her on Twitter, but I've never communicated with her like this. So it's really weird how these people end up with such hate bonus. Like Menace to Sobriety, I've never been in a hangout with him. How does somebody that you've never even exiled, I've never been to hang out with her. How is it that these people develop such hate boners when you've never even had any real interactions with them? These are people that are not factors in my life. I know nothing about them. I can't even tell you their real names. I have no idea nor do I care. That's how little I give a fuck. But Unirock takes advantage of these types of people that are, I believe, highly mentally unstable, and he uses them and weaponizes them to go after people. He's done this whole narratives that he ran cost people reputations. They cost people real things that affected their real lives. And he knew all along that it was all bullshit. I mean, think about this. He had been in conversations with Salts. That's fine. I think we all have to some degree, right?
Yeah.
But if he was in constant communication and he knew all this, then he knew that it was bullshit because Salty knew it was bullshit. The FBI knew it was bullshit. They never thought any of that stuff was real. So he would have known that. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, look, I'm in the loop, but,
Well, it's dollar store Alex Jones.
Because he wants to convince people other than him. That's it. It's all it's for.
He wants to appear truthful, but at the same time leave doubt for later so he can use it for his advantage. He's always done that. Sure. So I'm not surprised that he did it. I'm just surprised at the point that he has stretched it to. These are serious crimes that now people are being accused of. I like LARPing. Okay, I understand that. Giving, nasty names to people. Okay, you are a kindergarten kid or a teenager. Okay, I understand that. But to go to this length and starting to accuse people of crimes, he should know that he already has like 2 channels that he has left behind. 2 large channels that he has left behind for some reason or the other, and he should know better.
See, I'm not even remotely phased.
I'm still being very kind to him at this moment because I think so he doesn't realize with the people around him who are egging him on constantly, he's not realizing how far he is coming now. I
happen to disagree with that, and let me tell you why. He's not the victim. Nobody's egging him on to do anything.
He's not the victim, but in a way, I think so. He has left self-awareness a long way back somewhere that he's not realizing how far he's coming. He's now accusing people of some serious crimes, including me, who lives in New Zealand.
Well, he doesn't care, though. That's the problem. He just literally doesn't care. His whole goal is to have what LARPing is. And what LARPing is somebody who makes up a fake story, right? A fake storyline, and then goes with it, right? And lives it out in real life. This is what he does. He LARPs, and then people watch it.
Even with serious crimes, like what?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't care. He has no conscience. It doesn't.
Well, I do realize that, but he should realize that also that he has left 2 large channels with good number of followings behind and started this stupid another gaming channel here with that.
But do you know why he left the first one behind?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's the actual reason though?
I'm not going to say anything. He left him behind. Why?
because it's the truth.
Go on. You can say it because I'm not going to say something that I don't know completely about. So I don't.
He's talked. I'm pretty sure they talked about it before. Well, I can just say this. We'll look at the content on there and go look how many there are re-uploads. And
are you saying it's a conspiracy theories and that somehow one of those reached somewhere?
Well, it's not a monetized channel, right? It's no longer monetized, correct?
Well, his main channel or whatever.
Yes. You got to.
Yeah, from what I understand, it isn't. That's why in his stream tonight, he was talking about how if I wanted clout, I would just go upload on my main channel. When I want clout, that's what I do. I go upload on my main channel. And I'm like, where the fuck is he getting clout from? Like the 5 people it's being recommended to?
Yeah, he hasn't.
What do you know? I mean, if it's demonetized, it's not being recommended anywhere. So he's not getting clout. Just because he has or had whatever, like a bunch of subs, doesn't mean people are even still on YouTube. How many years ago was that?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So I whatever.
I'm just saying, I think Steve is getting the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah. No, I do, of course. Yeah.
Because his conspiracies reach someone in real life and harm them. And he is now playing dangerously on those grounds again. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, no, he's definitely, he's becoming more and more like, less like the dollar store or whatever, or dime store Alex Jones, and becoming like Alex Jones light. You know,
he's a danger. I mean, he's
upgrading.
It's a danger. Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing: he literally went out of his way to throw our names into all this in order to make it smear us. That's it. I mean, smear us. That's it. And here's the evidence for this. Go that stream you just played, Erin. Mm-hmm. Look how many things, looking back, he was just fundamentally wrong on. Have any of us been interrogated? Nope. Have any of us been arrested? Nope. Has anybody even been?
Dude, what I meant to do and I forgot to do it. I wanted to search like EKC, Erin, Steve, and the words cult, and just add up the number of times that they would appear in the transcript search results. And I mean, for granted, it's a 5-hour stream or something like that, or 6 hours. I forget how long, but it's several hours long. But still, though, when I searched it up and just looked at the numbers, it was like in the 300s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you say something enough, right? It becomes ingrained, so people think it's the normative, right? Now, there's one thing to try to do that as a shitlord, but he actually went in real life and he contacted a guy named Frank Parletto Jr. He was the one that broke open the NXIVM sex scandal. Remember that sex trafficking thing? He called. I mean, he didn't directly call him. Somebody else called him, and then he was in a call with him and Exiled and a few other people, and they were trying to convince him, Frank, that I was actual sex cult leader. That's going in real life. Frank wanted nothing to do with it. Frank actually likes my content. Frank actually thought it was very rational, and he realizes, he's not an idiot, right? I mean, he doesn't go investigate things just because some fucking randos say, "Hey, this guy's a fucking cult." I mean, he gets it all the fucking time. But he likes my content, and he thought that I did a very good job in what I do for having irrational conversations with people. But, of course, Unirock didn't know that. So Unirock was full of, he went in real life. I don't know why people are not making a bigger deal about that. He went in real life to get a journal.
I think because they didn't see it happen or whatever. They didn't hear it happen. And, like, I don't think that many people really watch Unirock. To be honest,
you know what?
I wouldn't if it wasn't for this shit.
I'm just surprised at the people I saw in his live chat tonight.
Yeah,
Who was in his live chat?
I didn't look at. Oh no, wait, yeah, yep.
Who was in his live chat?
They both are mods for Unirock now, for your information, everyone. And I'm not saying this I'm in no way promoting any sort of harassment. We already know they don't want to talk to us. Mm-hmm. They don't want to address anything, so there's no point of going after them and asking them questions.
No,
we know,
of course not.
We already know that. Yeah. So why I'm pointing it out is because we have seen previously people who have ended up with Unirock where the channels have gone. We have seen that. If this is the level of credit, this is not any level of credibility that you would have left if you're modding for Unirock. If you're so desperate, like. Are you like not your own person and you can't stand up for yourself and what you believe in? That you have to go running to Unirock? Seriously?
Well, like, I mean, he is the shit collector of YouTube, right? Anybody who seems to have issues with the community that people recognize are dishonest, he collects them.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's just Katie Joy's. Okay, that's Katie Joy. She's now a Dateline producer, from what I understand. Rankin, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I get confused. Either she's a journalist or not a journalist. It goes back and forth. So I don't know. Maybe it's her. I have no idea.
And And the thing is that, okay, people can say, oh, okay, you talk about Katie Joy and stuff. We talk about shit that Katie Joy herself puts out and herself talks about. That's what we address, right? She wants us to, as Shashar has also said earlier, she wants us to talk about it, so we talk about it. Of
course.
What did Steve or Erin or Tina or I put out regarding Nat that fucking Unirock decided to go on that tangent and make such serious accusations against us?
Well,
nothing.
I not only that, but when have I ever talked? When have I ever talked
now,
about that?
Erin might have discussed some emails now, because now like everybody knows what full of shit Nat is, that you can't trust her entirely. And here is Unirock still sitting and trying to say as if he was right about something, or people who were questioning everything at that time were right about something. No, you were not. Get over it and move on.
This is the thing. Part of me almost wonders if like maybe he's doing this because like I wonder if maybe he feels like he's paid his dues, you know, appeasing Katie all this time, and this should have been his payoff or whatever. And not even, it's not even a payoff for us. I'm not even suggesting that, but in his eyes, it would have been a payoff for him. Like, I don't mean payoff by like monetary means. I mean payoff by like, look what I did, sort of thing, you know. And it's not even that for us, but he would see it like that. He would use it like that.
Everything
like he would act like I broke the case. That's what he would be like.
It's much simpler than that. Unirock and people like him, all they want is to have an attention. All they want is people to listen to them and feel like they've accomplished something, or that they're important when they're not, and they get views out of it and, you know, money from it. It's a grift. It's all it is. It's 100% grift.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is a grift. I mean, to some degree, yes, it absolutely is. Okay, so no, this thing here though, Nikki sent to me, and I want to see what it is, because it says it's posted here on Twitter. It says, "Hey Unirock, this you finally owning your truth." So here we go. It's from TikTok, I guess.
Lego.
Roses are red. My truck tires are black. You want to come over and throw at my back?
I would love to, but roses are black and grass is greener. I can't throw out your back. I got a little wiener.
I saw that. I saw that one. I don't know how they do that, Erin. How do they do the TikTok things? How does that even work? I've never been on TikTok.
I don't know how that works. I just
I
put like two videos. I put like 2 videos up on TikTok. I had this grand plan or whatever. I was going to use that as like my pro-vax shit or whatever, and I put like 2 videos up, and I haven't been back.
Yeah, but how do you do it? How do you like respond to a video and put it on TikTok?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know.
They
changed it. Like it used to be like you didn't have to follow people or whatever to view or to comment or to like or whatever. But now it's you have to follow. I don't know. It's weird. It's a pain in the ass. It's not worth it now. I don't think.
Yeah, I just had one use for you that I wanted to pick your brain, but you didn't know. So whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. Like in a few days ago, I think so, it was last week, Unirock was sitting in the live stream trying to say that I don't have a degree. I don't have a master's of engineering. Bitch. Last thing for you. I qualified in 2015. I have my degree. Anyone wants to see a copy of it, I can show them to you in private, but it's not going to go public. And only selected people can see it. So you can keep bitching about that. But the way he went about it, and someone in the live chat actually found a profile of mine on one of the research databases. Went ahead and found it. And started typing shit out, copy pasting shit out of what I was researching in that time in the live chat, and Unirock did nothing about it.
Wow.
Fuck you, Jason. Fuck you. Let's just say, fuck you, Jason. And that profile is gone now because I found it. You know, you leave out the profiles because you're like, yeah, I might go back, as an alumni and stuff, and meet people. And but I didn't want the people who were connected to that profile getting harassed and gang stalked again. So I have the screenshots of that person who was doing. I know their Twitter account also. I'm going to make a police report soon about it if I can, when I get the time. But yeah, this is what if this is what T-Spursy wants to associate with, go on, madam.
Oh, I'm proud of it. She's proud of it too.
This is what True Ball of Wax wants to associate with the crowd. Go on. Your field to play. But please, if you ever come back to me, if she ever, I don't know, I'm a fucking nobody, who cares, right? But Unirock went out of his way to try and discredit me and my credentials, educational credentials, which I fucking don't care his opinion on, but he tried to do that. But if T-Spursy ever comes back to me, or if she ever goes to Steve and says, "Oh yeah, I'm so sorry," I'm going to throw my boot at Steve and I'm going to say, "You don't let this bitch back."
Oh, not a chance. No, I'm not playing these games any longer. I look once a bridge.
Unirock can keep her, or they can be each other's buddies all they want. Okay, she can go around. She can go around, talk to anyone she wants to. I'm not going to stop anyone. But I don't trust her anymore. If she wants to hang around,
with me, I wonder how. Like yeah, I do like I think I do size people up wrongly at times or incorrectly, but I don't think I do so greatly wrong, you know. But with her, I feel like I did. Like I really thought that she was just wiser than this. I mean, and I don't mean wiser.
Yeah, like she had a backbone stronger than this, you know.
No, I thought she was a little more honest. I mean, I went on her channel because I was like, okay, you know, she seems to be, you know, somebody who really does want to get to the truth of the matters and stuff like that. So I thought she was a lot more. I was wrong. I'm fully admit.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, that's you put that perfectly. I think. Yeah.
Like you just had a disagree with Steve. Okay, you had a disagreement. Okay, fine. It's just a disagreement. You don't have to go and run to Unirock for that.
No, because you throw away what little shred of integrity you have left. I mean, literally, when you end up going to Unirock, you have lost all sense of honor and respect.
She
and
apologized
ethics.
to Unirock, never specified for what she's apologizing, or maybe that Steve is a stab, quote unquote, as a tool. Okay, you're a teenager again, I guess. But okay, so should I go back to the video where you went through the same exact stream that you just, the Periscope that you just covered, EKC, and you commented on that? And where you said, "Oh, Unirock is spitting facts. Should I cover that then?" Maybe I should. Maybe I should go and see how you were trying to give Unirock credibility, or the say, "Okay, this is what. Okay, let's go then." And this is my decision. This is what I'm doing on my own. I'm going to sit down and say, the fucking gossip mongering fishwives sitting there and becoming YouTube detectives, for fuck's sake. Like, and you don't care. These are not just like, you know, allegations of like, you know, whatever. Like, oh, he like Vaxi. Oh, Erin was mean to me.
No, Erin was mean to Charlotte.
Yeah, or we had a disagreement about what was said in a 10-second or a 5-second clip. Okay, you can have disagreement on, but CP, harassment, death threats, people's almost like swatting was involved. Are you fucking kidding me? You just sit and play YouTube detectives on this shit? Seriously?
Yeah. So what is? So let me. So Erin, what is?
Legal investigator then.
So Erin, what do you think the excuse is for people that have been associating with Unirock? And I mean explicitly people more the inner.
See, here's the thing. I don't care about people associating with Unirock.
No,
I mean, because I mean, again, like I've said before, like I mean, I don't think it's needed to apply those kinds of standards to content creators, whatever. But
yeah,
okay. But as far as like people who are supporting this theory or like his inner circle, I guess you could say, or whatever, I don't know. Like
she's modding for Unirock.
Well, hang on. I want to finish the question because it's.
As far as she goes, okay, no. Well, different. I think just analysis applies there. I think that maybe she's doing it to help further her channel.
Okay, but that wasn't my question.
I can't blame her for that.
Let me ask the question. That wasn't my question.
What was your question then?
I was trying. I've been trying to ask the question. People can be answering questions. How caffeinated are you?
Let me just say. Let me just finish this off. See, and then I'll just.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll take over the stream. I don't personally trust T-Spursy. So if she came to me in DMs or something like, I will be like, girl, you stay away from me. But if anyone else wants to talk to her, they are I'm fucking nobody. I'm nobody to tell someone what to do and what not to do. Right. So I'm just joking when I said to Steve that I'm going to throw my shoe at his head. I won't do that. No, Steve, you're fine. If you want to talk, even if Steve decides tomorrow, or like, oh yeah, I want to go back and talk to Unirock, I'm like, okay, fine, you do you. But me, I'm going to stay away from from people. It's like just for my own sanity, I guess, you know, because it's so much going on, because every second there's like, oh, you know, on that channel, on that live stream, this person, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and Z said something like that. I'm like, what? When? Why? And so it's just for my own sanity. So, and my rant is over.
All right. So my question is this.
So anyways, no, I'm kidding. Go on, I'm kidding.
Okay, Uni, because that's what he does. Uni constantly. If you notice, Uni has two things that he does whenever he's in a conversation where he's losing. He tries to
So you're not gonna
overtalk,
ask a question then.
and he'll bird dog. He'll just basically, you know, say something and make a noise, may move the mic and do something because it interrupts your train of thought. These are two techniques that people have used for a long time in the debate communities to try to interrupt the other person speaking and get him off their train of thought. And that's just, if you notice, if you watch him, when he's talking to somebody where he's getting his ass kicked, he will do those two things. And then he'll accuse you of interrupting him after a long pause. Be silent for like 4 seconds. You'll start talking while you're interrupting me. Matter of fact, I saw that happen just the other day. Somebody used that exact same thing. It was Waxy. I think it was with Cheshire, if I'm not mistaken. Or Irish Badass. It was Irish Badass.
Yeah. I was like, what? Come on, dude, don't.
Here's my question. I don't care who people talk to or associate with. I just don't. If you want to go talk, if right now Erin said, hey, I'm going to go have a discussion with Unirock, I'd be like, knock yourself out, bring alcohol. Okay. And lots of the fuck of it. I don't give a shit. That's not the point. The point is when you have somebody that talks to somebody and actively supports, which have been a handful of people like Menace to Sobriety, Trio Monkey, and now it seems like even like T-Spiracy. But you have a few people that have spread his narrative for a very long time. These are not just innocent bystanders. These are not just people that associate with Unirock. They're conspiracy. They're what's called what's the word? Not even complacent. They're active people that have conspired. They're people that have conspired with him to spread this narrative. So my question is, what happens to them in all this? Where's the responsibility they have when it has been found out that everything Unirock has been saying is bullshit? What is their excuse for all this?
Well, I think it depends on who it is we're talking about, because I mean, I think some people might actually just buy into his bullshit, you know.
And Sobriety applies into it. I'll give you that.
In T-Spiracy's case, though, I don't think that that's the case. I do think she's smarter than that. And like I say, I do think she, for whatever reason, sees this as a means in which it will help her channel grow, and maybe it will. And what the fuck do I know? I can't answer that. In which case, I can't say that I would blame her necessarily, because that's obviously a priority for her, you know, and that's fine. That can be her priority. You know, you go, girl, you know. But I mean, that's also going to tell me that as far as like, if to being friendly with her or trusting her, that there's only so far in which I can do that. Which is fine. I don't have to trust her, but I just like to know if I can trust someone or not. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I will just keep that in mind. But I mean, you know, and I don't have to like it or like her so much while she's doing it. But if she were to like come to her senses someday for whatever reason, you know, maybe I would soften that a little bit, but still the trust would only go so far.
Well, and that's the problem though. I know, because AC has said that she knows that Unirock lies. She has many times says this. She doesn't care. She finds him entertaining. Perfectly fine. You want to listen to somebody that's entertaining? I had somebody just the other day message me and say, hey, Steve, look, I know Unirock's a piece of shit. He's dishonest. And I'm not making this up. This is straight up true. I'm not going to share the DMs, but they're like, you know what? But I still watch him for entertainment value because it's just so comical. I'm like, go nuts. I'm like, well, I don't, because I want to know if I was getting mad at this. I'm like, no, why would I care?
That's why I don't mind them giving me nasty names. I'm like, okay,
whatever.
That makes you feel good about yourself. Go ahead, man.
I'm liking the names. I don't know.
But I mean, like Menace to Sobriety is one of those people that literally is too stupid to realize that Unirock's lying.
Yeah, he subscribes to everything.
He's a full believer. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to do that with anyone. You know, I mean, like if I took his behavior and applied it to like the most noblest person in the world I can think of, I'd still think he was fucking crazy for it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's just. Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, look, Erin, if I said, hey, look, and this is all again completely hypothetical, so this will ever happen. But let's say Katie Joy came to me and she said, hey, Steve, if you do this, this, and this, say this, this, and this, I will make sure you get 100,000 subs. And let's say that she actually could get me 100,000 subs. What do you think my answer would be? I'll give you a hint. It begins with shove and the last word ass. I don't play those games, and yet Unirock and that whole creator content people over there, that's all they give a shit about is their subs count. That's it. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, they don't even give a shit who those people are. It's just bodies to them. I asked a question the other day. Who does Unirock actually care for? I'll grant him Unirage, whatever. But I mean, which one of his subscribers does he actually have real, honest to goodness emotion for? Because I can tell you what, I have a lot of them that I do. A lot. Two of them are in this very hangout.
There's a stream, or there's a couple of streams on I think it's on PJ's Not So Secret Diaries. I think that's the channel it's on, where it has moderate extremists and like Hannah Bananas, and they're ex-mods of Uni. And to hear them tell their stories, though, like the way in which like their relationship or their time over there ended, to hear them tell their stories, it's obvious that Uni just doesn't think much. Everyone's expendable to him. It seems that's the impression I got, that like no one is important enough for him to want to try to mend a fence with. Like he can't be bothered. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were wrong for the image in which they portrayed. Maybe I'm wrong for portraying it that way. But if it's at all accurate, then that's what he seems like. Yeah.
Well, this is what I have a standard by which I've always talked about what I call the ring of truth. Have you ever heard me talk about that before? The ring of truth.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So the ring, but one of the things about ring of truth is consistency. I can have multiple independent stories if there's consistency between them. Like, for example, with modern extremist, his story was exactly the same from other mods that I've talked to that have left Unirock. One of the first ones being She and the Living Waters.
Mm-hmm.
They have I mean, pretty much identical things about Unirock using his mods to get information. He doesn't care whether the information is right or not. They just spew garbage in the Discord. And he goes run with it. Matter of fact, Monty and I experienced this firsthand. That's one of the reasons why we stopped talking to him. That was the reason, because we saw it in real time.
With him. When he said doing something, he will not listen to you. He will not listen to reason. It's his way or the highway. Or the other stuff was also like he would do these long streams and would start at bizarre times, and we were like, "Listen, mate, we have got real lives. You know, we have got jobs outside of internet. We just can't come at your beck and call." And that's what it was. It was all like he created so much confusion, and we were like, "Can you just not do that?" But he never listened. So we're like, "Okay."
No, he said he just wanted people to watch. He didn't care whether it's true or not, and what they could do is he'll fix it after the fact. Is what he told us. He was like, whatever, I'll fix it. Fix it later if they make an issue about it. What he does is this: he'll say something extremely stupid. If people agree with him, then he'll run with that. If they disagree with him, he'll say it's a joke or something along those lines. By the way, if Menace's Variety's out there, have him come in. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Have him come in right now.
Is someone saying that he's out here? What?
Yeah, but I have a block, so I can't see. I'll go on another account.
Oh, he is here.
Yeah. Have him come in. Give him a link. The link's out there. Come on in, Menace's Variety. I'd like to have a little chat with you, and I'll do it on Erin's stream because I want you right now to show us all this evidence of me lying. Take your best shot. I'll give you.
He's just saying that.
All right. I'm gonna throw this out here too. Menace to Sobriety, you're more than welcome to come on panel with everyone here. If you would rather come on panel with just one or two of us here or whatever, then I will make that possible too. I think it's important though that we see the evidence regardless of how it's whatever, because I want to know too.
Yeah, so. No, look, if he just wants to talk to you, I'm out. That's fine. But if he wants to show me the evidence so I can address him in real time to show you what a piece of shit that he is, I'm okay with that right now.
I think
I've had caffeine. I'm good.
What he wants to do, and it's Erin's call.
Yeah. So what you got for us, Menace? You're gonna come in and prove to everybody what you've been saying for all this fucking years is true? Because I'll take your ass on right here now and show that you're full of shit. Show us your evidence. Bring evidence, because that's what it's going to be. Not what you're just bullshitting. Show us the evidence you have, and then I will be happy to address it. And I'll do it in a real motherfucking time right now.
Okay.
Okay, and again, I'm gonna reiterate that if you want, it could just be you and I on stream. I mean, there doesn't. Yeah, definitely. I guarantee you that in a pissing contest, you'll probably win since you have a penis and I don't. So,
look what he said.
So we can just talk. I mean, we don't have to piss.
Hey,
well, I might have to at some point.
It doesn't have to be a pissing contest. I will leave. I will immediately leave if I'm required to leave. I'll leave.
Hey, Menace. Go fuck yourself. You're a lying prick, and you got caught lying to people for how long now? Because everything you've ever said was fucking wrong because you're too stupid to understand basic contextual shit. Matter of fact, you're the fucking idiot that actually was saying that Kyle was not served correctly. That was wrong. And you lied and said you saw Kyle log into a bank account that didn't exist. You are a deceptive, manipulative cunt is what you are. And
listen, I'm willing to give that maybe Kyle manipulated Menace, but
no, he didn't. No, you can't lie and say you saw something you didn't see.
I mean, Kyle does seem kind of manipulative. I don't know,
but even when shown with the evidence,
right? Yeah,
persisting. So that's the thing that he doesn't back up when he like an egg smashes his face. He doesn't do that.
And that I think that is like a huge issue too, because I mean, I think people, and I've done it as well, that we buy into this theory that we think we're right or whatever, and we believe we're right. That becomes like part of our identity.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're proven not to be right, it's a personal hit,
right?
And it shouldn't be like that. Who cares if we're right or wrong? It's learning new information and discovering that we're right or wrong is the whole point of everything.
Yeah, I agree. And I always fix my shit. So if you can show that I was wrong about something, hey, I will fix my shit. You can show that I lied, even better. But you've had 2 years to do it, and you failed every single time. So I mean, I think it's clear that I'm willing to have a conversation with that idiot, and yet he's finding excuse after excuse after excuse, and I'm sitting right here waiting for him. What did I tell you? Come on,
wife and kids, I guess, but
yeah, horse shit.
Well, it is 2:05 here a.m. in the morning, so I don't know where he lives, but maybe it could be partially real. But yeah, I think if he really wanted to, he would just walk into another room.
This is a one-time deal. Don't expect this again.
He did claim that he lives a few blocks down where Shashire lives, and that he would never harm Shashire because.
No, I'm not doing that.
You're not playing no fucking video, Menace. This is what I'm saying. You are.
No, he has said it. It's his tweet. Yeah. It's his tweet, quote unquote.
Yeah, Menace.
See, here's the thing.
Can I say something real quick? Menace, man up. Get some fucking balls. Man to fucking man. Come and face me. Don't be fucking pulling this shit. Oh, here's a video, blah, 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 blah. Come in, show the timestamps from that video you wanted to show, and I will address it in real motherfucking time with you in here to show that you're a lying cunt. Do it. Come on.
And I just want to say too, I mean, like, and why the video, I think the whole point of uploading a video is so that you put it out there so you don't have to be out there or whatever. You don't have to be there talking or whatever. But I mean, if you're here, then why not use your own words and explain things, to the people? Because I mean, you can see your audience, but more or less, you can see what they're thinking. You can see where they're going. So you know how to explain it. You can better interact and better get your argument across. So rather than just playing a video, because I don't know, the video is one-sided. A debate, a discussion needs to be two-sided.
Right. How many people do you think he's a coward for him to have been saying this stuff for all these years, getting everything wrong, and then one time I'm like, okay, you know what? I will fucking take you on man to man, and he doesn't fucking want to take me up on it. That's a coward.
If I may, and also like with presenting stuff, it's also like that. It can always be clipped out of context, and if you don't go and ask that person, like, what do you mean by that? Then it's a dangerous game that you're playing.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah, like it's always like that's what the issue has been. That I personally, I don't know about Steve, but my personal issue has been with Menace and even negative exponents and people who hang around with Unirock, is that they clip people out of context and their own context. The thing with accusing Steve of frauding the Medi-Cal and all that shit about Bull's fundraiser and everything, it's always like that, and it's like it's never ending for these guys. And then they started with me. Steve and I did a joke on live stream where Steve was like, "Oh, I'm allowed to like talk to you like this," and I went like, yeah, showed that like trolling hesitation, and they tried to tell me how am I supposed to feel about my interaction with Steve, and when I didn't agree on that, they attacked me. So that's what my problem is with these people. Yeah, they never talk to you honestly for some reason.
And that's what I'm saying.
And that video, the video I commentated on, the Sarah video, whatever, that one part where she's using a clip from a stream with Cheshire. I believe you were on it, and I don't know the other girl's name, but she was some other Sweet Heathen or something. I don't know. I think that's who it was. Someone else was on there. And what they were discussing, Sarah made it sound like that they were complaining about how the misogyny in Steve's camp, where if something were to happen to them and they said something, or they said that Steve harassed them, no one would believe them. And I couldn't believe how deceitful that was in her video until I watched the actual video. I was like, holy shit, who the fuck does that?
When the time they tried to, including Nate the lawyer, they tried to again take Shesh out of context, where she was trying to support euthanasia for children under a certain age, for minors, and they tried to say that Shesh is trying to kill, quote unquote, or abort 3-year-olds. She used the wrong word. She clarified in the same sentence, and these guys have been taking her out of context, including Nate the lawyer.
Yeah.
And trying to attack. That's what my problem is with these people.
And I want to say to Menace here, because Menace made a comment. I posted evidence over and over and over again, but he refuses to address them because he can't control the narrative of someone else's video. LOL. Okay, let me just say that again, it's not a two-way conversation though. If it's just a video and commentating on it, okay, because you have to have the conversation. You have to have the back and forth. You have to hear the other person and respond to it. That's what makes a debate. That's what where it reveals everyone's true intention, in my opinion. And also, he can absolutely twist the narrative of your video, because everyone can twist the narrative when they make a video. So you can bet your ass you can twist the narrative when you're watching the video. Narrative can be twisted, but when you're debating things, it's much harder because you have someone verbally picking words that you're not expecting or anticipating to fuck your shit up. It matters.
Key words. This is the thing, Erin. Menace won't come in here to talk to me.
I don't think he will either. Yeah.
No, he won't. And let me tell you why. He won't, because in a one-on-one conversation with him, when I have all the facts, I have all the evidence, I have all the knowledge that he doesn't have, and I know what he's lied about. He could never sustain a conversation like that, because he would be asked to present very specific evidence for his claims that he does not have, and that's why he will avoid any conversation. He could have come and talked to you, right? He doesn't even have to have.
I don't think he'll ever really do that either. So
no, of course he won't, because he's a coward, and you know all the facts too. He doesn't even know what you know.
And that's what my issue is all the time. These people don't want to talk. They want to tell you what we meant by something. And you're like sitting there, you're like, excuse me, what? And like, I have always said, like, okay, like Steve said that he doesn't trust Menace when he said that Kyle showed him he logged into his account. And here I am disagreeing with Steve and saying maybe Menace was lied to. I'm so fucking giving him charity right now on that. But with the way he behaves, how many times he has talked shit about me, about Cheshire, and how he has said, he just where he lives and how he would never harm her, that really scares the fuck out of me when a man talks like that.
Yeah. And look, another
honestly, they would scare the fuck out of me more if a woman talked like that. I'm sorry.
It's the funniest thing is, hey, Erin, how much evidence have I put out there? Oh my God, if I put out any more evidence, it's going to be like, I have literally put out 95% of my case for like the non sequitur show. There's only a handful of things to make public.
This is the thing. It's what loses the whole thing for me for all of this is when you look at like the TRO shit. Okay, you see the evidence that was submitted. Okay, there's no denying it. There's no arguing. No, wasn't submitted or this was. Okay, you see it right there. That's undebatable. Okay, but then to hear this narrative over and over again, still just as strongly as you did before about how Steve harassed her, Steve did this, Steve abused her kid, Steve did this. And the evidence clearly, or at least if you're basing it only on the evidence, it's not fucking there. So why are you still pushing these things like as if they happened when the evidence shows they did not, or they
dishonest.
That narrative that the judge signed the TRO. Looking at Katie's evidence, it was not. It was done by default because of the laws in the state. And trying to demonize Steve for having a TRO, it's like, okay, if Menace, tomorrow you got a restraining order. Menace knows this. He has admitted that he has been to the, he has been, if I'm not wrong, he spent some time in jail for quote unquote dealing with drugs or whatever, or transporting them, whatever. He said that. Mm-hmm. He should know that. Like, he expects people to take him for his word that he's a changed person. He doesn't do that anymore, and he wants people to give him a chance. But the way he has been, hammering down at Steve, these people don't care. Like
no, because they didn't hear that.
And I would
to go after Boole's fundraiser that we did, for fuck's
Wait,
sake.
hang on.
I don't agree with that at all.
No,
But,
it's
I mean-
worse than that. Hang on, can I say this? They accused us of murdering my best friend.
Yeah, I
That is
saw
how
that.
fucking sick these motherfuckers are. They accused not
Come on,
hang on. God damn it. I really am. I love you, Monty. I really do. I'm not mad at you. But I like to get a full sentence out because this is what Unirock does.
Well, you're on the stream with two women. What do you expect? Come on. now.
Yeah.
She said this, by the way, not me. Make sure that you guys note that. That was from a woman that said that. But they not only accused us of murdering my best friend, one of them called the coroner and tried to have the coroner convinced him that it was murder rather than natural causes, which we know what it was. And all that side over there support this motherfucker that does this. Okay, this is what they do. And so I will say, like, for Menace to Sobriety, he has made so many allegations. For example, like the one you brought up. Okay, the judge put under the Violence Against Women's Act. Please show us the evidence for that. Because Katie doesn't have it. Why? How does Katie not have evidence, but you have evidence of something that cannot be? That's what I want to know.
Here's my thing with it. Their whole argument collapses in on itself because their whole argument is she was granted the actual RO. It was an RO. She had it for 10 years or 2 years, whatever it is. She had it. Okay, let's say you're right. Then why the fuck doesn't she have it anymore?
Yeah, because it wasn't.
Why would she just willingly give that up and just let it go?
She lied about that. Matter of fact,
because she knew she didn't have it. She knew she wasn't going to get it. So she settled for whatever she could get. And it was her idea. She pushed it. So that right there tells you that it's bullshit. She knew it was bullshit. Yep. Because if you know damn well, if she really thought that she had it, that bitch would have taken that fight to her as long as she could have.
Yeah.
So are you telling me she disregarded her family's quote unquote safety and didn't take the 2-year TRO, the RO, but wants to go for a civil lawsuit and decided to go for a monetary?
Yeah, and for an NDA that only prevented me from being disparaged.
Okay.
So yeah, her family safety is really crazy important shit, but compared to a possible payout from a civil lawsuit, come on now.
Hang on. What's more important to her?
These are kind of messed up. I'm saying.
What's more important to her was that I couldn't be disparaging to her. That was the big thing. That was put in by her lawyer.
She said it.
Not mine.
She said it in the filing, the initial filing. She said, "I just want him to stop talking about me on the internet." Yep. That's what she made true her intentions, her goal in all of that.
Yep. And so I was like, okay, I didn't disparage her. As long as I have the ability to talk about her, that's fine. And I'm
the lawyer and the judge and the jury on the YouTube. This is why I don't trust this guy. Can go and do something.
So let's address what Menace said. My question to Menace again was, show us evidence. And I'm going to be Menace doesn't understand very basic legal concepts. So I'm going to try to dumb this down for him. Show us where a judge sua sponte, which means on his own accord, filed it under Violence Against Women's Act. That's the claim. That's all I give a shit about. Find me evidence of that because Katie Joy doesn't have it. Her lawyer doesn't have it. My lawyer doesn't have that evidence. So I want to make this very clear. If you have evidence of the judge doing that, which would be in the court records, can you please provide that for us, please? And by the way, you can send it to Katie because she needs it because she doesn't have it.
I am going to give you what you're asking for there. Who is it? Daryl Frost.
Oh, I think you're giving me something. Damn it.
Oh, sorry. No.
Yeah.
This is for channel chief.
Yeah. It's an HRO. Yes, it's an HRO is what's called a harassment restraining order. That could be a tier. That could be a TRO or an RO. Both an RO and a TRO is a type of HRO. That's why you have an HRO hearing. I hired a lawyer for an HRO hearing to fight the TRO. This is not complicated shit. The TRO is what's called a preliminary injunction, which was done ex parte, meaning that you do not need to have any hearing for it. It's done on an emergency basis, given just on what's written down on the affidavit, which in Minnesota you can write anything you want on. But then if you have 14 days, I believe it is, or 20, was it 14 or 20, or if somebody requests a hearing. After that's done, if there's no hearing, or if there's a hearing and determined that it should go to an RO, then the TRO becomes an HRO. The HRO becomes an RO. Both of them are HROs. This is not fucking complicated. It's a pre-injunction, a preliminary injunction, and then there's a post-injunction. I never had a post-injunction. That's the difference. It's very simple. I mean, anybody who has basic law would understand these concepts. They're not complicated.
I have a question. Did anywhere on the order, did it say anything referring to the Violence Against Women Act? Did it specifically say that? Did it state this? Did it state the acronyms and even just the acronyms? Was there anything on the order itself?
I don't think there's anything on this as VAWA. It has
See, you would think that they would include it if it were a thing on that order.
Well, and there would have to be an order. There would have to be something in the court record that the judge did it. Period.
Mm-hmm. It would have to be specifically stated if they wanted it to apply.
Right. So where's that document that the court that the judge did that? That doesn't exist. That's pretty odd for a claim that the judge did something of a motion. Right. The judge did a motion that wasn't asked for. That's going to be filed somewhere. He's asking questions I've already answered before. That's just, go look at the last 1,000 videos about that.
He was fighting it, Daryl, but I mean, but then he was offered an alternative. I'm sorry. Do you have all kinds of money to fight shit, especially in a different state or whatever? But more importantly, if she had it, why did she not fight it? Why did she drop it?
Why did she not try to get it?
She dropped it. It was her idea. It was her idea. They approached Steve for the settlement. Steve did not go searching for it.
Correct.
She dropped it. She wanted to let it go.
And I wanted to sue her. And so my lawyer was like, said this. He said, hey, anything you say in an HRO can be used against you in a defamation suit. So this is a fine. Give them what they want. And I said, these are my conditions. If they, and so he gave them my conditions. They modified it. They added in the defamation thing. And they wanted, I think initially, I want to say a year or two. I don't remember the exact time, but I'm like, no, no, it was 2 years they wanted. And I was like, no, I want like 3 months. And they're like, So we settled on a year, but they wanted much longer. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm the one that asked for the year because I couldn't get 3 months and they couldn't get 2 years.
Again, the thing is, man, I don't understand. Why aren't you asking these questions to KJ? Like, did you just file a TRO just as a fucking joke that you decided to go for an NDA after that? Like, what was that for?
And let's not forget too about the NDA. Okay, let's look at the NDA. Just think about it for a second. No one got anything more than the other. They both had to agree to the same stipulations, to the same extent of the stipulations. Katie didn't win any more than Katie had to give. So
yeah, but it makes sense.
Who wouldn't agree to that?
Anything you say in a HRO hearing could be manipulated by a lawyer in a defamation suit. So why take the chance? I didn't give up anything by signing the NDA. All I gave up was not being able to disparage her. Big fucking deal. I don't give a shit about that.
And along with Katie, she was so concerned. She was so concerned about her safety. He was so harassing and threatening to her that she agreed to not be able to say anything bad about him for a year.
Yeah, that's it. I could have gone to her state. I could have like done Starbucks with her. There was nothing preventing me from doing anything other than disparaging her. That was it. Yippee skippy. I don't give a shit about that. So I mean, I give up nothing.
Let's see.
Steve didn't just accept the gag order. She did too. She took on the gag order as well.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Steve, do you have an RO against you from KJ?
No, I've never had an RO against me.
What the fuck is the problem?
Fact. I mean, and if unfortunately, OPT lawyer passed away, but he was very clear on that. He explained it to these idiots. An RO could only exist after an HRO hearing has been done and they've been found guilty, or you didn't file for one and it is over the 20 days. It's a pre-injunction TRO.
What the fuck is he hasn't had to pay anything in fines? She hasn't even filed against him for a violation or anything.
What the hell is he talking about? There was no violation of any NDA.
Daryl Frost says, how much were you required to pay in fines per breach in order to get the NDA?
That was actually added, and I honestly I don't know who came up with the amount, but my lawyer said that it was added to quote add teeth to it, so neither party breach it. It was to quote add teeth to the NDA, and I get it. But I see. But I don't know how they arrived at that amount. I don't know who added it first. I have no idea. They didn't tell me that.
It's also funny, like
But wait, hang on a second. But she would have had to pay that same fine if she breached it. So what's the point? It's equal.
Everything you're throwing at him applies to her too, but she's the one who wanted the TRO and said that she was so scared and afraid of everything. So that's just
no, you didn't.
More freaking telling than anything.
He's not right lying.
I mean, you guys, I'm sorry. I agree with these. I agree with people. Like, you guys, you're just like fucking, you're buying into this bullshit and you're like so fucking sold by it and like tied into it or whatever. It's fucking ridiculous. You guys don't even see how idiotic you look. I mean, I'm sorry, but you do.
Clarify this, Erin, because I know what he's doing. This guy's been around for a very long time. Daryl Frost has been a long time troll, okay? But let me tell you what he's trying to do. The RO would have been 2 years. So what he's seen was a paper that would have been 2 years had there not been an HR hero hearing requested. That's the whole point of it, to say, look, if you don't do this, you will have an RO for 2 years. I did this, therefore I didn't get the RO for 2 years. Not fucking complicated. And if you don't understand that, go ask an attorney. They'll tell you the exact same thing.
They're doing it on purpose, Steve. They're trying to
But I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this because Erin has an audience and I want them to see firsthand the deception of these fuckers. This is what these gang stalkers do. And Daryl Frost, I will put under gang stalkers because he goes to video to video doing this shit, which is fine because he's showing you the idiot he is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like, if like Daryl Frost said, oh, Steve accepted a gag order. Well, KJ also accepted a gag order by that same logic.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
like I don't get it. Like, why are you hammering down on Steve though so much when the RO doesn't even exist anymore?
Yeah,
it's
there's a problem because they're so
harassment. This is harassment.
They're so. Steve brought up, I having this discussion and everything because there's an audience and everything. And that's the thing. You really have to have the discussion for the people watching because people watching, I mean, they're the only ones who aren't incredibly like misled by their bias at this point. Because at this point, you're not going to get through to anyone who does not want to see it. So, I mean,
No, that's not what I said, Sue. This is what I'm saying. I want everybody in this video to ever watch this or in live chat, go watch a video that Cheshire and I did called the 5 C's. Go watch it. Matter of fact, it is the trailer video on my channel. One of the things on there is called clarity, and the other one is called context. Sue, you have neither, because that's not what I said. What I said was you would have had 2 years if you had not done an HO hearing request. Not if I accepted the NDA. The NDA had nothing to do with the 2 years.
Yeah.
The 2 years is if two things. One, if you don't file for an HRO hearing request, or two, you file for an HRO hearing request and the judge finds you guilty or finds enough evidence that should make it into actually a permanent injunction, which is called an RO. Neither of those things happened. It is impossible to have an RO without either one of those two things happening. So that's not what I said. The 2 years had nothing to do with the NDA. I don't like people taking things out of context because that's what certain people run with things like that. That's how you get people like Menace as a Bride, who's not very smart, believing things that he just doesn't comprehend. Because, I mean, he still believes Kyle wasn't served properly. That's how dumb he really is.
It's like he can believe whatever he wants to. Like, nobody's going to beam him up. But when he goes around and he hammers down, takes clips out of context, and still tries to run with that narrative again and again, and then that's harassment now, Menace. And you should be, I would say that, like, so you should know. Maybe you think because you're in another country, so you would never, you would never be, you never face justice for harassment and shit. But I'm just saying, like, this is harassment now. What you guys have been doing for the last 2 years, as long as I have been with Steve, this is fucking harassment now.
Menace is a harasser of mine. Daryl's a harasser of mine. Absolutely, because they don't give a shit about the facts. They're just running script, and I want people to see it. But this is the thing.
I mean, like, as far as like something like the wasn't served properly, for example, like a whole court ruled on that, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so why is that ruling not then valued or credited with anything? Why is it that then their own narrative is still pushed in spite of that ruling? Because, I mean, it's the court that matters. The court is the court's the expert in this
No.
issue.
Menace is a variety expert. Just ask him.
It's crazy. I mean,
he knows more about the legal system than anybody else, which is ridiculous because everything he's ever said is wrong.
And with these elaborate schemes that Unirock comes up with, buddy, I have a job where I look after a site like with like 400 to 500 people. And like with 2 shifts, day and night shifts, I don't have time for this bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so fucking, like, I've got a job that like where people are dependent on me, and I have to make sure that And so it's this, fucking bullshit that these guys come up with is like absolutely like amazing, can be good for a mystery, crime novel or something like that, but it's not real life. Stop doing that.
Yeah. And Daryl has gone from video to video for years now, spewing this bullshit. It's sick. It's these people are obsessed with a narrative that just doesn't exist. It's weird. It's bizarre. It's psychopathy.
Moderate Extremist just says, hey, do you uni guys know the status of the last 2 ROs Katie tied to? Oh, and then he said good night. Good night. Oh, I sent you a DM, by the way. Again, Katie still hasn't updated us on these TROs. I mean, for granted, we do know that there's a hearing coming up, okay, next week. I believe that has to do with Little Miss Noble, but why is there no hearing on the docket for the other one?
Menace doesn't realize what he just said. The ruling that Kyle failed to prove his claims, that doesn't mean you can serve someone whatever the fuck you want and it's good. So the same is with KJ, isn't it? She cannot just serve with someone with whatever she wants and it's good. You seems to have double standards for some reason.
Right. So what Daryl asked, what is it he's done? Daryl, you spread misinformation. What else do you need? Daryl, all you do is spread information.
No, Daryl, you are absolutely spreading a narrative. I mean, if you go back and just look at your comments, after we've answered questions that you've asked, yeah, sure, you have asked questions, but upon us answering your questions, you just ignore
so
them.
let's play this little game, Erin. Can I play a game? I like games, you know that. Hey, Daryl, since I've answered your question about the RO, and I've said exactly the truth, which anybody can go look up, that an RO is a permanent injunction that's only done after an HRO hearing is requested or and found guilty or not requested, and you have the 14 or 20 days it is. So I've demonstrated that I never had an RO because neither of those things happened. So explain to us, legally speaking, explain to us using the law, cite anything you want, of how I could possibly have a restraining order for 2 years when neither one of those things happened. Go. Show me the law on that. If you want to play this type of games, let's go, let's go. Show us the law on that, because I guarantee I don't have any, I've never had 2 year restraining order.
Looked at KJ's evidence and made a decision. You know what, Menace? KJ made that claim, and you know what? She's having a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah, Kitty lied in her affidavit. Erin pointed that out multiple times.
I'm like, these people don't get it. Like, right. and that's not the same, G. Why is it not the same? Why is it for Kyle, for Steve not to serve Kyle and it's okay, but for KJ to serve Steve and it's okay? Why the double standards, Menace?
Brilliant makes a brilliant point. He says, Brilliant says, no, a judge looked at her claims, not evidence. And you only look at evidence when you have a hearing. Judges don't waste their time looking at evidence if it's never going to go to hearing. They only do that in the hearing. Okay, so there's never any evidence for him to look at in that regard. The lawyer has the evidence and they present that at the trial. You don't present evidence to a judge prior to a trial. What the hell is wrong with you people? That's basic legal stuff.
The fact remains, the RO doesn't exist anymore.
Correct.
Just like Menace doesn't want people to hold whatever he did in his
That was the shortest 2 year RO I ever heard of.
Right?
Why is he going on harping on that? KJ chose to drop that RO and go for an NDA. Go out, ask her why she chose that. Leave Steve alone. He's given his story out. He's done, and he's done it. And if you guys don't want to accept it, fine. Then go on your way and ask KJ about it. You don't seem to do that because you are going to get blocked there. Steve is, still trying to cater to your questions because he wants whatever the audience is around you guys to listen and observe how fucking morons.
I'm trying. Daryl, I had an HRO. I never said I didn't have an HRO. This is what I'm saying by you being dishonest, and I'm pointing that out to the audience. An HRO has 2 subsets, a TRO and an RO. Both of them are HROs. You have an HRO hearing to determine whether the TRO becomes an RO. Does anybody not understand that simple concept? So I had an HRO that was a TRO that was dismissed because it never became an RO. I'm seriously, I want to ask the audience, does anybody fucking not understand how simple that is?
Yeah, it's like they don't want to make it.
It's not complicated.
Acknowledge the fact that the RO doesn't exist anymore. So
it never existed. The HRO existed, which was a TRO. It never became an RO.
Never became an RO. Here we go.
Correct.
So it was a TRO, which never became an RO, and that TRO does not exist now.
Correct.
So
Perfect.
These people are just harping on like, oh my god. Okay, it was issued. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well, but look, I'm all for what
was issued
I'm
by
all
default because of the laws in the state, and now it's not there anymore. And the thing is that the thing is that if you observe, Erin, I don't know if you do, but like this is the stuff that's already done and dusted, right?
I'm all for.
These guys are dragging it along for some reason. Why?
I'm all for a woman or anybody else.
Excessive much.
I'm all for a woman or anybody else getting an emergency protective order because it is better to err on the side of caution and to get a temporary ex parte order. I'm all for that. So I don't understand. The system worked in this particular time. She misused the system. She lied on the affidavit. She lied to her lawyer. I'm almost positive she had to. Well, I can't. Well, I'm not going to make that comment. I'm going to retract that about her lying to her lawyer. I highly suspect she did, but she did lie in the affidavit. That's a fact. And so, I'm all for having these things in place. But what happened was, the courts have a procedure for that. They say, look, you need an emergency situation. You're being beat down. Your boyfriend's kicking your ass and beating you down. We need to do something immediately. Err on the side of caution. So they do that. But you're not convicted of anything. You ever heard the innocent until proven guilty kind of thing? So what they say is, look, we have to do this for the sake of caution. Then you can go to trial. And I asked for that trial because I would have shoved it up her ass at trial. I had all the evidence that she was full of shit and that she lied on her affidavit. That would not have looked good for her. And Erin meticulously went through that and pointed out every single thing she said that was fundamentally not true. So answer me that. Find me the law that says I had an actual RO and not a TRO. Go ahead. I'll wait. Oh my God, you're canceled now.
It's like also like this issue has been done and dealt with, and
right,
they're still
bringing it up,
as if for some reason it should affect Steve in some way. Why are you so desperate for something that's been done and dusted to affect Steve? Is it as if you are deliberately working to harm him in some way, his reputation in some way? That's your end goal? Because what about I'm not saying that there are people who misuse the system. So Steve does not deserve that, to be part of that crowd who have had the system misused against them for some reason. Like for some reason, Steve is singled out from that crowd and is badgered on for some reason for 2 years now. I don't get it. Seriously, don't.
And by the way, all these comments that people making, don't think for a second they're not part of the lawsuit. It's evidence that my reputation has been harmed. I have screenshots galore from all these motherfuckers talking about this stuff. Why? Because it's demonstrating that they have talked about it and it's caused me reputational harm. So I thank you all for that. So you guys talking about it has become part of the lawsuit evidence, showing that there are people out there running with these narratives that were false to begin with. And my lawyers know they were not true. I just have to show the jury or the judge or the arbitrator that they weren't true, which is, by the way, de facto, it is impossible for her claims to have been true. Impossible. Or at least a few of them, obviously. So it's a pretty open and shut case when it comes to that.
And it's like, if you have a problem, go talk to the judge. He dropped it.
Menace wouldn't care. Menace still thinks
for some reason, the judge is not being questioned. It's Steve who's being questioned. I wonder why.
Well, they think it upsets me. And it doesn't at this point. I'm pretty, again, I have used their evidence, or I've used what they said against me as evidence to show that I've been damaged. And so them continuing to do it is just more evidence I can add and compound it. So I will get these screenshots later on. But I mean,
Steve never attended any hearing because just before the hearing was scheduled, Cage's lawyer offered something to Steve, and then NDA came out of that. So
yes,
yeah.
Yep.
I think so. We have given. I don't know. Like.
Yeah. No. I think it's a good place to resolve that. I mean, it's a dead issue. I mean, so here's what I want people to do. Anytime any one of these fuckers brings up this, all you have to do now is go watch Erin's stream. There you go. Cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty well.
Yes.
I mean,
definitely tell. No. Okay. But no, that's cool. Awesome.
I think that Erin has firsthand seen our struggle with these guys. Like, 2 years now, more than 2 years now. This has been continuously going on. They don't want to drop it. They want to drag it along.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'll end up like commenting on something or replying on Twitter, and I'm not even thinking about Steve or talking about Steve. Like, it'll have nothing to do with Steve, and just someone just wham just comes right back at me and just makes it about Steve. It's every time. Like, I don't think I've never interacted with any of these people without it being about Steve, and I don't initiate it. So
Erin, you're missing the biggest picture of them all, though. The biggest picture, the big unanswered question is, when is you and Roadhog going to new Jello wrestle for the leadership of the cult? That's what people want. They've been asking me this question. I don't know. I'm just relaying the question.
Erin was the cult leader.
It has to be trial by combat.
Well, I don't really want to wrestle him. Can I wrestle Mrs. Roadhog instead?
Yeah, I think that would be fair.
An audible. She's calling in a pinch hitter. Interesting.
That's up to Roadhog.
It's like these people come in and just like, it's like a pigeon playing. It's like playing chess like with a pigeon. The pigeon just goes around, knocks all the chess pieces off, and then shits all over and like, yeah, I won. Go.
Yeah, but Roadhog coming in the chat, I guess I think people think that automatically cancels Erin now. So it's been fun, Erin.
It's been like this for 2 years. It's like they started with me trying to tell me how I should feel about a conversation I had with Steve, where I was like, I'm a fucking grown ass move and having a sexual banter with a grown ass man, and they're telling me, oh, in a real world this would end up with an HR. I was like, no, if there's like consent amongst both the parties, it's not going to end up with like an HR. What the fuck are you?
Who do you report it to? Like, where's the HR department?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Unirock's the HR department.
Yeah. He's going to go, oh no, you are a drunken urinal car, and just go away. He's just going to go like that. These people just, yeah. So I'm just like, I'm just frustrated. My sanity is much more.
Can you do votes, Erin?
What's that?
Votes? Have you figured out how to do votes in the live chat?
No, how do you do? Well, I just tell people press 1 or 2. That's how I do votes.
I thought there was actually make a vote. Oh no!
There's create a poll. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh
ask
shit!
A question.
Yeah.
What should I ask?
So here's the poll. Have I effectively shat on their narratives over and over and over? Answered their questions repeatedly, which I've answered the same things for the same time.
There's only 100 characters.
Well, okay then. Has Steve proven his case? There you go. That's it.
Oh, here we go.
And I don't even care what the vote is. I know the truth, but what I'm looking for now is basically if you have more shitlords in your audience or active people that.
Well, listen, I don't blame people for having opinions.
Can people vote like anonymously, or
it's all anonymous?
It is.
Yeah, isn't it?
Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying we're more likely to, I think, in my opinion, I think we're more likely to get accurate representation of where people stand on this if it is anonymous.
Yeah, it's anonymous.
And like I said, I'm really kind of curious how many shitlords are out there. This is what it's really kind of doing, because only a shitload.
It's like I don't blame people for having like, like people have their personal opinions, but you can have them, keep them. It's fine. Yeah. But when you go around and start like spreading them around, which results in people getting harmed, their livelihoods getting harmed, then I'm like, okay, what the hell? Why? Yeah. That's my thing. And yeah.
So Menace says something. Unirock is the source of the 6-year shitlords trolling because he called out Steb in 2019. Dude, I don't think your math works out too well there.
6 years? What? Math?
Math.
What
thing?
What? Math is hard, right? 2019.
You know what's funny is, I can tell a little story about Roadhog. You might like this. It's story time. Roadhog does story time, so I'll do a story time. It only takes 20 seconds. But when I went on Roadhog's channel to kind of be interviewed, right? And I went on the same channel, same reasons I went on T-Spiracies, right? I thought T-Spiracy was an honest creator. I was wrong on that. I thought Roadhog was an honest creator. I don't think I was wrong on that. He has been, I got to tell you, he has been a straight shooter with me. I respect that. May not agree with him on everything, not at all. There are some disagreements there, but he does so respectfully, and I really do appreciate that. I don't play these games of ride or dies. I don't play these games. I have to stand by any particular person if they don't like somebody else. I don't play these games. But I just want to say that Roadhog has been I'm not going to get the details of what it is, but I did request a personal favor to him, and he was cool about it. I don't find that from many content creators. So props off to him. And if people want to cancel me for that and they want to shit on me for doing, standing up for Roadhog, for somebody that I was able to actually have a conversation with.
Here's the thing. I don't think anyone really cares if people support Roadhog. You just enjoy whatever. Just don't hate them. You know what I mean? I think what people get upset about is when people will, in defense of someone else pointing out, their faults or whatever, in defense of that, they would then point out faults. You know what I mean? That's why I think creates the most problems. Because I mean, let's face it. I don't care who you are. You can't look at the actions of both or all people involved and see any of them are completely blameless or are not at all responsible for some of the shit that they did. You can't do that. No one can.
Right. None of their hands are clean.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I think when people start arguing against somebody else's claim about something or whatever, then it's like diminishing the claim, or I don't know. But I think that's the problem.
I agree with you. But can you see how dumb Venice is? He's like, you blame everything on Unirock. You have the list of shitloads for that 6 years. I don't blame Unirock for happened prior to Unirock coming in the picture. That would be temporarily impossible.
If I may, Menace, I know math is hard for you. Number one, I kind of have seen the example of that in the live chat. That aside, the thing is that there's a pattern with all those people who started this shit 6 years ago. They go around and whoever they can find is bad-mouthing Steve at the time they'll join it. That's what they did. They have been doing that. And you know that. That's why they are now for last 2 years, they have now been sticking with Unirock. Before that, it was someone else. So, yeah. Like, I know math is hard, but come on.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't even make sense, right? I mean, it just doesn't.
Is your memory also playing tricks on you now? I don't know. Maybe get a check. I don't know.
So Daryl says that, he's okay with me going to court. Hey, Daryl, you weren't okay with the non sequitur show like that. I read your comments about the non sequitur show, and you got everything wrong. You were one of those people. In fact, don't you owe wasn't it Daryl Frost that owes Res Rhetoric $1,000 because he had bet Res Rhetoric $1,000 that the service was improper and he was wrong? Hang on, was that you, Daryl Frost? I'm pretty sure that it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Am I correct in that?
He owed Cheshire, or who did he owe $1,000? Or
he owed $1,000 at Red Rhetoric because he welched on the bet.
Has he paid that? No.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm not confusing this. I could ask Reds, but Daryl, was that you that bet Res Rhetoric $1,000? Because I pretty much remember that it was, but I could be wrong.
Whoa! What was that? What the fuck was that? Get the fuck out of here!
So if I'm not mistaken, like
Unirock.
What happened? What? Are you talking about me?
I think Unirock's in the chat.
I can't.
Yep, there he is.
He's blocked, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, Unirock, you want to come up?
I won't. I cannot.
Even if it's just you and I, we can do just you and I.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
I will sit back and eat popcorn.
Yeah, I'll leave if he's so scared.
Do it. I'm happy to watch you guys go at it.
I want popcorn.
I've already had my discussions with him. He does nothing.
Yeah, we done and dusted.
I will not be in the same room with somebody.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even see him in chat. Someone said it to me.
Blocked.
So I don't have anyone blocked. I don't block anyone.
I mean, I haven't blocked, so I mean, I don't.
Is he on Rock a lot or something?
I don't know. I don't care to block.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, he just commented, downvoted. Karen suck. What do you mean downvoted?
Yeah, it went on the great community.
It's not cool. I honestly don't downvote your videos, Unirock. I honestly don't. I never think of it.
But no, I want to see Erin destroy him. I mean, that would really be entertaining.
Yeah, I will leave, and I know Erin can handle Unirock on around. She doesn't.
No, I can't.
I'm not even at my best right now because I'm kind of tired. I'm not even at my best. So.
Hey, Mrs. Roadhog, hi.
Hey, Mrs. Roadhog. What the hell was that? Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
There's that.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
But anyway,
one.
I downvote everyone. He's just a downvoter.
Oh well, the balance should be restored.
But but to go back to it a little bit, I want to be around content creators that I don't agree with, but are willing to have conversations. the people that are on that side, the Unirock stands, they have recused themselves from having conversations. They've lied, they've manipulated, they've interjected themselves in FBI investigations. They've accused people of horrific crimes, and there's been no accountability. I'm going to try to have that changed, but I'm going to try to do what I can. No promises. Probably nothing's going to come of it. But I think that as YouTubers, there has to be something that we should be outspoken about and go, enough. These people are seriously involved. If they look, my argument to you guys is this: if people like Unirock, Menace to Sobriety, Trio Monkey, and all those people were willing to do that to us, they're willing to do it to you as well.
Yep.
Like
simple as that. It could have been you.
Menace has said on his tweet like himself, like, I don't like go after people who are good according to my standard. So one, what's his standard, and two, what will happen then one day you accidentally are not good in his books anymore. So yeah, it's like if you have to walk on eggshells around some people, what's the point of having them around you? I'm just saying.
So Daryl Frost was the guy that bet $1,000 with him. Okay, that's what I thought. He says, yes, it was me. Reds lost that bet. No, he did not. And that's just full of shit. If you expect people to believe that Reds lost a bet when Reds was betting that service was good, you must think that Erin's audience is the biggest bunch of morons since Unirock's live chat.
Okay, it's okay. He wants to he wants to lie.
He welched on that bet. He flat out welched on that $1,000 bet.
Yeah, Unirock's not showing up in participants anymore.
Yeah, I was.
So what? He just came by to do a drive by, like downvoted Karen Suck.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's how much scared he is. Like we're just sitting here. We're not going to.
Hey, Daryl! I'll tell you what. Go donate. I'll take 50%. Go donate $500 to my GoFundMe, and I'll tell Reds that was your contribution. So you pay your debt to him. Because you did lose that bet.
6 to 7 hours for this dipshit. When he said he wanted to talk to her, and then he never gave her the link or anything, and kept on delaying shit, and it's like he likes to hear the sound of his voice, and he likes to hear yes men around him, and for some reason he's scared of Cheshire for some reason.
He's scared of all women.
Every year he does this. Every year around October, November he does this, where he goes like, I want to talk to Shesh. I want to talk to Shesh, and then all this elaborate scheme, and then he runs away and then hides.
Run away, I'm a little coward! Oh my god! Well, I don't blame him for that. Shesh can be pretty intimidating, but
she's a goblin. What do you expect?
But I would promote the fuck out of Erin and Unirock having a one-on-one discussion where he actually is forced to pull actual evidence.
Oh no! See, here's the thing. Anyone I have a one-on-one conversation with, there's one stipulation I'm always going to agree on and insist on, and that's while we have this discussion that we both agree to mic's muted while the other person is talking, and we agree to keep it that way for just say a minute. We'll throw it out a minute, so we each get 1 minute of uninterrupted talking. Perfect. That's what I will insist on every time.
Rock is capable of that. He has demonstrated that capability. He can do that.
So there you go. And they bring evidence. Actual evidence, not taking things out of context, right? Because again, contextual manipulation is one of the troll's biggest tools.
But Steve, in the end, it's like he goes on a lot of whataboutism, and he does a lot of fallacies where he's like, what else it could be, So you have to be very careful what your audience is. If you're going to depend on your audiences to decide who won in the end. But if it's going to be a moderator who's going to decide in the end, then yes, then you can have I think so. If you are going to be in a debate with Unirock, you need to have a moderator who decides who's won in the end. A moderator who knows what's evidence and proof, and not, get dragged down in fallacies. So yeah, but when it's an audience, it can be tricky.
Daryl, the bet was whether service was proper or not. It's it, and you had no idea the legal stuff. Everything you talked about.
It doesn't matter.
So
service was proper.
There's an objective fact of the matter. He was properly served, and you had argued along with Unirock and the rest of them that he wasn't. Nate, the lawyer, still argues that, but you all got it wrong. And you won't own up to your mistake because that's what you do.
If you have a problem, maybe go and talk to the judge about it. But the service was proper, simple as that.
Yeah, because they don't. They're arguing legal things they know nothing about.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to play YouTube lawyer and judge for some reason. I don't know. Made you lost. Yeah. Okay, if it's too much money for you, we can understand that. Maybe we can negotiate the amount. But take it on a chin, mate.
Take it on the chin. Take the knee. Can Roadhog come in for a minute?
Listen, I'm tired, right? Don't be that.
Yeah, I'm gonna end this. I'm tired. Sorry, it's
Roadhog
next time.
We're
Okay,
keeping the white man down.
It's been. I started this thing at like I don't even know 11 something.
Yeah, it's been 3
I
hours.
appreciate this.
I still have to. I have to go through and make chapters and shit. Still, I think so. I don't know.
I'm glad.
But yeah, next time because I am going to be working on a entitlement or like it's sort of like an entitlement translator video of the Unirock stream. But it's going to take me no time at all to do because I already got the shit written. So.
Well. I appreciate
but, yeah, my point with that is I plan on doing a stream with that, like a premiere party or something like that. So
yeah,
go to bed. All right, I'm going to bugger out. Thank you very much as always.
We're off then.
I want to thank the audience because I mean I want people to see the difference between a good audience and then go look at the shitlords, and it's diametrically opposite. So hang out where you want to hang out, listen to what you want to listen to, but I will always be with the people that are honest, and that's my pledge to you guys. That I call them as I see them. I try to be objective as possible, but I will not hang out with shitlords. And if you decide to hang out with the shitlords, that's fine. But as soon as you start supporting them and becoming one of them and running false narratives, don't ever expect to come running back to me or anybody else that's I'm around, because at that point you've recused yourself from ever being trusted ever again from any imagination. Okay? Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. I see. All right, thanks, Erin. Thanks for having me on. And
you're welcome. Thanks for coming on, both of you. So
yeah, I'm so glad we did this. Sorry if it felt like that I took over for a while.
No, not at all. I'm just I would have had honestly I would have had you guys on sooner had I planned or just like I planned on doing like a discussion like this. I really wanted to rip into that, like just do my mocking shit. That's all.
Yeah.
So no, this worked out good.
All right. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Okay, guys, I am going to wrap this up now because I am exhausted and I do still want to work on that video too. So, and I'm hungry. I had to starve myself for 2 days for a medical procedure today, and I've only eaten once since then, and I ate small. So I need to go eat the fuck out of the shit in my kitchen right now. So, but thanks for coming on, guys, to my guests, and thanks for everyone for being here. And I will see you guys later. Bye.